Shit, didn't The Fiend have its own version of the WWE Universal Championship or something? It's barely visible in the dark, but you can clearly see Braun Strowman standing right there, completely missing his cue and spoiling the fact that he was supposed to attack The Fiend in a pre-match assault. So I'm sending Braun for a pre-match assault before said pre-match assault ever happened. That's a first. Also, I suppose Braun attacking The Fiend from behind is why the champion is entering first, when traditionally, the champion is supposed to enter last. I get that Roman Reigns found a loophole in the contract about not having to sign it until the final bell rings to end the match, but given that it's a stupid loophole intentionally added for the purpose of exploitation and prevention of a wrestler competing in a triple threat match, I'm giving this 1,000 fucking sins. At least wait for Roman Reigns to enter before you ring the freaking bell.
Chaos has already begun. Strowman.
The only thing I give WWE credit for here is they have the correct audience sound effect playing in the background. Imagine if the fans were actually attending the show in person. They'd be booing the whole match due to the bullshit. I'd remove a sin for WWE getting the crowd noise right, but I'm too pissed off at their stupid choices to care.
Champion delivering Sister Abigail.
Now, imagine if this match ended right there and Roman Reigns is standing backstage with a humiliated expression on his face as he watches his title shot go up in flames. If only.
These two titans might destroy everything.
Even the commentators are completely ignoring the major flaw that is the absence of Roman Reigns.
Driving Strowman through a table.
You know, I would have removed at least half of the 1,000 sins I placed moments ago if The Fiend randomly decided to put Michael Cole in the Mandible Claw. At least we could be happy about one good thing. Alexa Bliss is heavily involved in The Fiend's storyline with Braun Strowman and is still resorting to backstage trances. It's as if her presence never mattered in the build-up to both SummerSlam and Payback.
And Strowman just launching a...
The Fiend blocks the chair from doing serious damage to it and still suffered serious damage, just like this entire storyline is seriously damaged and sinful. Oh, the unlimited power I possess.
To this point, there's no Roman Reigns.
It took Corey Graves over 5 minutes of the match to realize that. Holy shit, this is bad. The Fiend is probably crying because it knows it's about to be a week-long transitional champion to somebody else. Poor thing. I almost feel tempted to hug it, though it would kill me shortly afterward. The real question is why there are 2 random hidden tables in this one location where nobody and nothing is present. Well, I guess that explains why this entire event was coincidentally the one that chose to have no LED ring post like it normally does. Also, no offense, but the combined weight of Braun Strowman and The Fiend is 670 plus pounds, and that is somehow enough to shatter the ring from a superplex? That's gotta be one weak-ass ring if that's the case. This is WWE for God's sake, and they got a ring as weak as a backyard handmade ring? Looks like Otis isn't the only Mr. Money in the Bank on SmackDown.
Reigns figuring out, what do I do now?
All Roman Reigns did was try to pin both Braun and The Fiend. If he's questioning what he's supposed to do after that, then it really shows how much of a game plan he had coming in late into this match. Roman Reigns is a dick to The Fiend's Firefly Funhouses. Big shout out to my fans for coming up with that name of the Royal Rumble 2020 Part 2 since when I first asked what I should say in this case. I guess this was the brief return of Fan Sins! I love this storyline that goes on between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, however the timing was a little off. Didn't Roman just win that Universal Championship from The Fiend and Braun Strowman, and that was entirely forgotten of?
Roman Reigns.
This promo package leading into this main event was well executed and gave me chills, especially knowing the carnage that was about to ensue at the hands of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns claimed he was going to get new ring gear and new music for his upcoming match with Jey Uso. Music's still the same, and the only thing about his ring gear is he removed his bulletproof vest.
By his special counsel, Paul Heyman.
Special counsel was just another term for advocate, but Paul Heyman doesn't want to make references to his former client anymore.
Jey has prepared his whole career for this. That's a cliche.
Corey Graves continues to reference Christian Maracle to the point where it's completely obvious that he watches my content, but thanks for completing that sin for me.
Now we have to meet the center of this ring.
The first few minutes of this 23-minute match is Jey Uso talking and both wrestlers walking around in a circle. Good God, that punch was freaking brutal, and it's not the last moment of brutality in this match. Shit's about to get scary.
Between being part of a great tag team or being...
Oh, come on! Did the audio technicians forget that anytime one of the Usos yell out, ooh, the crowd yells, so? Even a pre-recorded noise would have done just fine. Now it just looks weird to not hear a response anymore.
He's gonna do it! He's gonna do it!
Corey Graves just had to jinx Jey Uso's momentum right there. Damn you, Corey. Whether it was intentional or just a coincidence on the kickout, Roman Reigns is the dick to Jey Usos.
Say it. Oh,
This entire scene deserves 5 cents off because of the absolute horror it gave. Roman beating the fucking shit out of Jey Uso while demanding he be referred to as the Tribal Chief. It was terrifying and hard to watch, so well done to both men on a splendid job.
You are my Tribal Chief!
Shut the fuck up, Paul. You're not even Samoan. Also, Roman Reigns is why did I even hire you face?
I will knock your ass in the next week and shut your mouth and let me go to work.
This is the Roman Reigns we needed after defeating The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. This is the Roman Reigns we needed. Absolute perfection.
Forgive him. Don't do it.
Winner of Clash of Champions to bring you Rocky IV. No wonder why this scene looks so scary and familiar. Jimmy Uso throwing in the towel and jumping in to protect his twin brother legitimately brought tears to my eyes. Not many things leave me shook up, but this event did. Proof to why storytelling is the #1 most important thing in professional wrestling. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso is the most intense and heated rivalry heading into tonight's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view event. So logically, the first thing WWE thinks is to put it as the opening match instead of the main event where it belongs. Seriously, the most invested storyline needs to be the main event because that's how it works. Although I'm taking a sin out because combining the Hell in a Cell match with the I Quit match is what you call creative genius and frightening, especially for a rivalry as intense as this one.
When I make you quit, then you're out.
Roman Reigns going as far to say that Jey Uso and his entire side of the family is evicted should he lose made the storyline even better than it was before. Roman is the best heel in wrestling right now. Yeah, I said it.
Here comes a tribal chief.
It may sound better than Here Comes the Big Dog, but I just know that's going to sound annoying within a few months. You know, after everything Roman Reigns has done in this new role as the Tribal Chief, I'm honestly wondering, what is the point of Paul Heyman hanging out with them? Roman speaks for himself, he performs for himself, Paul Heyman is just there.
There are no disqualifications.
That's what you said last year too, look how that turned out.
The first I Quit match in over 5 years.
Because Kaylee Ray totally did not retain her NXT UK Women's Championship in an I Quit match about a year ago. NXT UK is part of WWE, so that counts in its history books.
I only changed because I have to.
Roman Reigns tells Jey Uso that he only changed because he had to, and personally, I'm on board with that. The big dog gimmick was seriously getting stale and something had to change sooner rather than later. It's just a shame it took so long. Roman is ready to fight and retain his Universal Championship, but first he has to take his traditional 3 laps around the ring.
His entire career.
You know, wearing a gauntlet doesn't make you the most powerful person around. Hold on, I gotta adjust my own gauntlet for a second. About 70% of this match is Roman Reigns walking around. I can't tell if Jey Uso was in pain or if he just got sprayed in the face by a skunk. Both are very brutal situations.
Jey Uso in his wheelhouse. Here we go. Jey looks to fly.
Roman Reigns, whose only damage suffered was a kick to the midsection, was watching Jey Uso before he could run the ropes and somehow didn't see the suicide dive coming.
A quote indentured.
Really? Second pay-per-view in a row where they couldn't just add in a crowd sound effect shouting "so" after Jey yells "oos"? And let's remind ourselves that WWE has endless amounts of crowd effects for the Thunderdome.
Extremely high on Jey's anatomy.
Man, I love that TV show. Oh shit, you said Jey's Anatomy. Sorry, my bad.
Roman, you quit.
Roman Reigns would answer you, but he's tired and wants to take a quick power nap before he continues the match. No one cares what's trending.
Just punishing the John Spear.
Man, Roman's spears have been hit at the moment when we didn't expect them to. This version of Roman really makes those spears more deadlier than good guy Roman, and it's awesome.
I can't breathe.
And Jey Uso's selling of those deadly spears makes this match even more frightening than it already was. Major props to these two for putting on an epic storyline.
Oh my God, no, God almighty.
Sorry, Michael Cole, but only Jim Ross can pull off saying "Good God Almighty" in a Hell in a Cell match. Just saying. Damn, Roman Reigns customized this match even more. Now this is an I Quit strap match inside Hell in a Cell. 2020 just might be the year for match customization, with more to come in 2021. That's either good or bad, who knows.
A strap. Gonna use it as a weapon. Gonna tie.
Jey Uso having trouble wrapping the strap around Roman's head. Twice. Jey Uso does realize that if he makes Roman Reigns pass out, it does not qualify as Roman quitting, right? That just makes this entire scene pointless. Looks like Jey Uso isn't the only guy to not realize that making your opponent pass out doesn't qualify as quitting.
All you have to do is just say I quit.
Roman Reigns just said the words "I quit." This match should be over, and Jey Uso is the new Universal Champion. Like I've said in previous Sins videos involving this match, it doesn't matter how you say it. What matters is you do say it.
I can end it right here, Jey.
Shut your mouth.
I don't understand Roman's logic here. First he tells Jey to quit, then tells the referee to shut his mouth when he's trying to make that happen. So, does he want Jey to quit or not?
He's defenseless.
Jey, come on, all you gotta say is "I quit."
The remaining 10 minutes of this match is beyond frightening. I'm not kidding, I got really bad anxiety watching this match because of how far Roman would go. Even the referee was scared shitless. More reason as to why this should have been the intense main event.
No, 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 no! God, no!
It's times like this where I wish Jim Ross was not commentator for AEW. This type of hellacious match needs JR. Michael's doing an okay job, but he's no Jim Ross.
I gotta call it. Hey!
Roman Reigns prevented the referee from causing a match stoppage for the third year in a row inside Hell in a Cell was WWE's way of apologizing to the fans for the last 2 years. Apology accepted because Roman handled that very well.
Oh, no, my goodness.
And the referee gets knocked down at the crucial point of the match. Cliche gets added in. Also, how does Roman expect Jay to quit now that there's no referee to hear it? He's really not thinking this through, is he?
What the hell is Reigns?
Haha, you failed. Good God, the scene of Roman pinning Jay down with the stairs and threatening him is fucking epic and the perfect addition to the Hell in a Cell match. Even if I was shouting at my TV for Jay to quit because this was too much.
This is Josh that's landed right here in the middle of this thing.
Fuck, this is what happens when you give wrestlers creative freedom. WWE really needs to consider doing more of this because it's frightening and intense. And that is an Oscar-worthy performance, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing how initially no one was invested in Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso because of Jay's status as a tag team competitor. But then it turned into the best storyline of 2020. To have the Wild Samoans involved here really gets us excited to see what's coming next for Roman Reigns. That crowning segment was well done.
This is my WWE.
Wrestler claims that the company he works for is his own cliche.
I will give everything to become champion.
Let's take another sit up because Kevin Owens and his determination to become the Universal Champion again was so much fun. Each feud Roman Reigns is a part of always turns to gold.
He said Reigns uses his family as pawns.
Can you blame Kevin Owens though? He does bring up a good point since Roman Reigns using his family to help him win makes the former big dog look weak. He can get the job done by himself.
Kevin Owens has tasted once before, but it's different to Reigns.
And you're acting like Kevin Owens merely won the Universal Championship but didn't reign with it. Corey, where the hell have you been throughout 2016 to 2017? You used to commentate for Raw when that happened.
Watching the championship. Oh my God!
Pre-match assault. Although Kevin Owens refusing to wait for his entrance just adds more to the intensity of the rivalry and doesn't waste any time getting the match started. Here we go.
The champ's in trouble.
Well, Roman is not technically in trouble of losing the match since he can't be pinned or submitted. Pretty sure he'd recover long enough to stop Kevin from climbing ladders.
Scurrying away.
For fuck's sake, we're not even 2 minutes into this TLC match and Jey Uso is already out here trying to help Roman win? With all due respect, the heel wrestler using his interference to win tactic only works if said heel wrestler can't actually get the job done. It's Roman Reigns!
As you can put, I might have broken Jey Uso's foot.
Not even close. Kevin didn't even hit him that hard in the foot.
Look in the eyes of Kevin Owens. Yeah.
With Jey Uso taken out of the equation, Kevin Owens starts disassembling the announce table to give him more punishment, when he should be turning his attention to the recovery in Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns down with the steps off the face.
Wrong body part, Michael. The stairs whack Kevin in the shoulder, not in his face. You're literally in front of them. Roman Reigns setting up some chairs, ready to play some tribal musical chairs or something, I don't know.
Reigns and now Kevin Owens.
Another case of chair spanking. It may not have been shown on camera, but Roman grabbed his ass, so I have no choice but to assume that's what happened. People really do love getting kinky tonight, don't they? Look at Paul Heyman in the background. What's with your mouth hanging open like that? What are you, a baby bird receiving food from his mother?
Got the title at hand.
Fuck off with this! I swear to God, if this happens one more time, it's 100 sins. It's fine for now, but come on already. You might as well add Jey Uso to the match to make it a triple threat.
Roman Reigns is willing to get sick.
Man, Roman Reigns seems to be talking to himself more than R-Truth ever did to little Jimmy. Getting a little concerned for him. Given how Jey Uso reacted, what the hell was he planning? A Samoan drop? A super kick? If it was the latter, he reacted too late for that.
And Uso will pop-up powerbomb.
That wasn't Jey Uso who connected the pop-up powerbomb, you stupid dumbass. Since when did Jey ever do that move?
Just burying Jey.
While you're at that, Kevin, go ahead and body slam Michael Cole and Corey Graves onto the rubble too, so that Jey can be trapped beneath. I admire that scene because even with Roman literally right there, Kevin still doesn't quit and takes a chance to climb the ladder again, even if it was in vain.
Oh, spinebuster through the table.
Wow. Just wow. It was bad enough that Michael Cole accidentally referred to an obvious powerbomb as a spinebuster, but to add in that Kevin went sailing through a table when that is clearly a ladder, damn, that's humiliating. Here's a double sin for the double mistake.
The table. Owens through it.
Just so we're clear, Michael, that's not a ladder Roman put Kevin through, and don't mistake the chairs for kendo sticks.
Kevin Owens is back in the ring.
It's amazing how Kevin Owens took all that punishment and still won't give up. Went through ladders and tables, and he's still in the match, albeit weakly. Here are 2 more sins out because of his determination. Damn, that collision through the barricade was freaking awesome. Not to mention it actually made me believe Kevin had a chance to win the match or at least get close. So well done, WWE. That's it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Great TLC match ruined by Jay's constant interferences.
People are saying I'm the bad guy.
That would be because you are the bad guy. You know, that's kind of how this thing works with heels and faces.
Royal Rumble is brought to you in...
Skip yet again. I swear I said that a lot in the recent videos this week. No one cares what the #1 trend is. We're over 2 hours into the show by this point, and I got a lot of headaches.
To the right by Roman went for the...
Wow. In the history of Roman Reigns attempting the Superman punch, that was the weakest version I have ever seen. Even if Kevin Owens didn't move out of the way, it would have done little to no damage.
Bang! Right off the face.
Don't even try, Michael. The camera could have shifted away from both competitors before the connection even took place, and we would know that the stairs hit Kevin in the shoulder, not the face.
The top dog in this business.
Kevin Owens more than likely made that fan's day by putting his hand on the fan's digital face. Oh my god! Kevin Owens touched me! Wait, what?
Regains some composure, catches...
I gotta take off his sin because if you look at the same fan who screamed Kevin touched, it looks like he suddenly fell out of his chair and out of sight. Funny randomness in the background.
And bang!
If the fan suddenly reacted like he got hit by Roman, then I take off another sin. That fan knows soul getting whacked by Roman Reigns. I don't know whether to feel happy for those fans who are getting virtual airtime or feel bad for them because the referee's junk is technically pressing against their faces. Kevin Owens definitely stuck that landing very well, both the connection and his cry of pain. Well done. About 2 minutes of Kevin walking away from Roman Reigns. I thought he wanted to become the Universal Champion. It may not have anything to do with the Royal Rumble, but I'll take another sin out for WWE having all that extra space in Tropicana Field and making good use of it by placing a workout wrestling ring for the trainees.
I need you to protect yourself or this match is over.
A last man standing match can only end with a 10 count is made, yet this referee believes he can just stop it without doing so. What an idiot. Kevin Owens would later wake up in a hospital bed next to Sammy Guevara, who asked, "Did you also get hit by a golf cart?" But still, that was perfectly done by Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens to have Kevin get run over by a golf cart in the safest way possible. These guys definitely must have practiced this. Very professional, so here are 3 sins off.
And
Kevin Owens hit Roman Reigns with a list of Jericho, bringing back the memories when these guys feuded in 2016 to 2017, coincidentally at the Royal Rumble as well. All that's missing is Chris Jericho suspended in a shark cage.
Oh, it's Pablo's up there.
Even for storylines, bringing up deceased relatives is going too fucking far and should never be used in scripted situations. Ever. I don't give a shit if both parties agree to this.
grandfathers.
Why is there even an announce table at a place where there's no in-ring action? The Thunderdome is beyond the curtain behind it. Also, the table didn't break. This confirms that the table doesn't belong to the Spanish commentators. Man, I miss the Spanish announce table.
Oh my god!
WWE actually knows how to safely go sailing off a forklift machine and through a table without potentially killing their own wrestlers in some freak, unprofessional, and reckless act.
And now Reigns with a spear!
That's strange. All that happened here was the LED screen slowly falling over, but when Braun Strowman did the same thing to Bobby Lashley, the entire set blew up and shut down.
And now Kevin Owens start!
Ow, that hurt my ass. Why'd I do that?
Roman Reigns away!
Why did the referee count so damn close to Roman Reigns? In all the other times he counted wrestlers, he made sure to keep his distance. Next to wanting to keep his title, I think Roman threw the referee into the stage setup because he was getting annoyed at social distance protocols being ignored. Also, the referee gets knocked down at the crucial point in the match cliche. Where the hell has Paul Heyman been all this time? Just chilling by the empty ring of the Thunderdome while Roman and Kevin were practically murdering each other outside the area?
A count of...
Here are 10 sins because the referee stopped counting for absolutely no reason. It doesn't matter if Paul Heyman couldn't unlock the handcuffs. Keep counting!
And Roman Reigns will retain.
I'm just going to take this moment and assume that the referee stopped counting because he was on Roman's payroll, or Paul Heyman's payroll, whichever one works best. Even when Roman Reigns took his time heading down to the ring, we just know that there was no chance for Daniel Bryan to suddenly pull a miracle out of his ass and win the championship. This whole thing made the Elimination Chamber match pointless since the winner either gets the title or challenges the champion at WrestleMania.
That's it, he's out! Yeah, the official.
Congratulations, Daniel Bryan. You won the Elimination Chamber match. And there went your title match just like that. That was the laziest booking for an Elimination Chamber match ever, and it's sad.
Oh my god! Spear! That's it!
Post-match assault. But hell yeah! That was an awesome spear from Edge out of nowhere. A spear, and then an immediate point to the WrestleMania sign, confirming that Edge selects Roman Reigns as his WrestleMania opponent. That got me excited, and now I'm ready to see the match at Mania. This match with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan sadly needed an outside enforcer. No doubt just an excuse so we could have Edge on this pay-per-view. And just an excuse so we could have Daniel Bryan lazily added to the Universal title match at WrestleMania. Bottom line is, this whole pay-per-view is lazy.
Pointed at the WrestleMania sign.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what a Royal Rumble winner does to the person he or she challenges for the title at WrestleMania. If you feel like such a failure because of that, you got issues, man. Also, Daniel Bryan expects me to feel bad for him in 2021. This is not 2014 when literally everyone was intentionally trying to prevent you from getting your dream.
I want a main event WrestleMania. I have to win the Universal Championship.
Actually, given the reality of how Daniel Bryan main events WrestleMania this year, he didn't have to do any of those things. Crying and bitching sadly gets you what you want these days.
I am the inevitable.
Roman Reigns thinks he's Thanos, and literally both times Thanos claimed that he was inevitable, he died.
Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman is still hanging out with Roman Reigns. Can anyone give me a legitimate reason why Paul is hanging out with him? Because if he's not at ringside doing practically nothing, he's backstage with Roman staring at him like a creep.
The winner will defend the Universal.
Yeah, we know. The winner defends the Universal Championship at WrestleMania against Edge. You said that like 3 times during the entrances. Say something interesting. Daniel Bryan taunting Roman Reigns as if Roman is some rookie competing for the first time in his life. Are we for sure that Roman is the heel in this match? Sure, Daniel is talented, but constantly taunting Roman can only go so far. Eventually, he's going to have to actually put in a submission hold or do some sort of offense if he wants to win the match.
Compilation to the
Much as I didn't like Daniel getting himself involved with the Universal title picture, I can never ignore the heart and determination, especially with agonizing submission holds such as this one. I can almost feel my own shoulder tearing just by watching.
See the champion.
Oh boy, Roman Reigns is about to go through his walk all over the place technique he used against Jey Uso at Hell in a Cell last year.
At Edge.
Edge silently would be great at Submissions 2 expansion. Roman should be focusing more on Daniel Bryan than he should be to Edge.
He was upset when Edge came out to claim his spot.
There's more reasons as to why this Daniel Bryan wanted to main event WrestleMania storyline absolutely sucks and makes him look like a pathetic bitch more than a determined wrestler with heart. He claimed the main event was his prior to the Royal Rumble, then lost the Rumble match. How come the 28 other wrestlers who also lost aren't complaining about losing their spot? And as Paul Heyman says that, Roman Reigns continues to have the "why did I hire you" look on his face, and I don't blame him.
Gonna launch himself. Oh, Daniel Bryan able to get off the...
Bullshit! Daniel Bryan just got slammed onto the mats outside the ring. How the hell is he already recovered from that?
There haven't been many errors or mistakes.
Don't jinx it, Corey. Errors and mistakes could still happen in this match. Be careful what you say, man.
Roman Reigns caught by a...
This referee literally had no reason to catch Roman Reigns and keep him standing in the ring. This had to be one of the worst occasions where a referee prepares to get knocked out.
And now, oh my goodness!
And of course, the referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match cliche. Given how we have Edge portraying the special enforcer at ringside, who could have seen this coming?
Wait a minute, Jey!
This was a good match, full of great back and forth action. And then Jey Uso had to show up and ruin everything once again. How has nobody requested a match where Jey is banned from ringside yet?
Look at that! Oh!
Wrestler looks to hit his opponent and then accidentally hits another wrestler who will blame him completely for the incident cliche. I'm sorry, but as much as everyone says it is, that doesn't look like Roman is tapping at all. It may have been his intention at that moment, but his hand is not even connected with Daniel at all, and tap in the air doesn't qualify as a submission either. Hence why this is even more questionable than initially thought. Don't worry guys, Edge is just upset that the Maple Leafs lost another game. Give him an hour to calm down.
And Roman Reigns is...
Victory due to outside enforcer interference, well that's a first, is always a sin. Alright, add that to the records. The amount of times you see the Snickers logo is likely the amount of times Michael Cole is going to advertise it during the main event just like he did last night. Also, this is the most awkward main event to look at if you think about it. Roman Reigns is in the main event because he's the Universal Champion. Edge is in the main event because he won the Royal Rumble match from the #1 entry and outlasted 29 other wrestlers at once. Daniel Bryan is in the main event because he wouldn't stop crying like a disgraceful bitch about not getting his way and was added in out of pity and nothing more.
The pain that I have gone through.
I got instant chills from hearing Edge's promo. Everything about this was perfect. Here are 5 cents taken away for another legendary video package from one of the most legendary wrestlers of all time. The Daniel Bryan section of this video package somehow did not show a spoiled child throwing a public temper tantrum at the toy section in Walmart before moving on to Roman Reigns.
I took it from you.
The only way it'd be believable that Roman Reigns took Edge's career and title is if he was the one who actually did it. Not to mention, Roman has the Universal Championship, a lineage completely separate from the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So what exactly did Roman take from Edge?
Can he duplicate what he did 7 years ago?
Well, when you bring it up like that, obviously Daniel Bryan is not going to duplicate what went down at WrestleMania 30, mostly because the fans aren't pushing for him as much as they did in 2014. Now that is definitely the long-awaited WrestleMania return Edge has been looking for. Here's another 3 cents removed from the counter for that fantastic entrance and excitement. Fans worldwide could feel the emotion.
To regain a title he never lost.
You were doing great, Michael, up until you said regain a title he never lost. The Universal Championship debuted in 2016 and was never once held by Edge in any sort of capacity. It's not the same title! Honestly, this was the perfect night to debut Roman Reigns' new epic theme. We already got the Yes movement going wild, followed by the emotional entrance of Edge. If Roman's new theme debuted tonight, the mood would get instantly serious and intense. What a missed opportunity. Also, it takes nearly a full minute from the moment Roman's music hits to the moment he enters, making the fans wonder if he was going to pull what he did at Payback last year and wait until the last second before competing.
In recent history.
You got Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman slowly walking with intense focus and purpose. Meanwhile, Jey Uso is moving around like he just chugged 5 Red Bulls. Not going to complain much about it, but was it too much to ask to bring in Tony Chimmel to be Edge's personal ring announcer just for this one match? The fans in attendance would have absolutely loved it. The CGI graphics seriously labeled this as the SmackDown Universal Championship? Oh great, now they're going to look at Raw and call their main belt the WWE Raw Championship. Disgusting.
And your challengers, triple.
Well, he's dead. Reap.
Does not have.
It's one thing when Jey Uso gets involved with a match when Roman Reigns is in trouble, but getting involved when Roman's in complete control? I get that it's legal under no disqualification rules, but that still won't stop me from adding in 5 sins. Alright, I'll take a sin off for the comedy in this moment. Roman Reigns isn't just the head of his family's table, he's also the head of the commentator's table despite not even being a commentator. That was funny.
Jey Uso is wreaking havoc!
That one awkward moment when Jey Uso is wreaking more havoc in this match than all 3 of the actual competitors combined. You might as well add him to the match to make it a fatal 4-way, and it would look exactly as it does now. That other awkward moment when I'm removing another sin for attacks on Jey Uso instead of cool moments between the actual 3 competitors. What is this main event?
Daniel Bryan gonna send Edge flying.
Wow, what an awesome counter by Edge. Hurricane Rana turned into a sunset flip into the pinfall. Okay, maybe I am taking sins off for cool moments between the actual 3 competitors. I should really not speak too soon, am I right?
Edge with a baseball slide driving.
Sorry, but that was not a convincing sequence to make it look like Roman Reigns is kicked into the table by Edge. Stop promoting sneakers during the fucking main event all the damn time!
He did it in Fastlane.
Paul Heyman pretending like he can feel Roman's pain. Not exactly making this moment any more intense, just saying.
Edge may tap! Edge may tap!
Indeed, Edge may tap, but the powers of the Jinx will successfully prevent Daniel Bryan from winning right here. About 2 minutes of Roman Reigns sitting around, standing around, walking around, and doing anything but compete.
It's a tug-of-war for the steel chair!
I just love how Edge awkwardly stared at the piece of the chair still in his hand after it got yanked away by Roman Reigns. He's like, the fuck just happened here? Copy, yes, infringement. 2 wrestlers locking the same submission on their targeted opponent, causing confusion about what would happen next, cliche. What honestly sucks about this moment is Daniel Bryan got the full force of Edge's spear less than 15 seconds ago, and yet somehow he recovered from all of that just to pull the referee out of the ring and keep himself going. No selling moves is one thing, but no selling Edge's spear is criminal. Gotta love the sequence of Edge hitting both Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns back and forth with a chair. That's it, here's an additional 50 cents. Jey Uso has gotten himself involved with Roman's matches one time too many. The remainder of this match was tainted with his constant interference. Copy, Edge infringement. As much as the main event was tainted because of Jey Uso, the final moment where Roman Reigns pins both Edge and Daniel Bryan at the same time was a perfect way to conclude it. What many believe to be the end of Roman's long run as Universal Champion turned out to be the moment that solidifies Roman as the head of the table and the final boss of professional wrestling. So here are 30 sins off. As mentioned before, the main event of WrestleMania Backlash is a match that had absolutely nothing to do with the events of WrestleMania itself, and thus this is stupid. It's a great match though. Now that I think about it, the video package for this main event match involving Roman Reigns and Cesaro spends a shitload of time focusing on Jimmy and Jey Uso, who don't even show up in any form tonight. This video package can't even get it right.
World Championship matches don't come around.
Unless you're Cesaro's opponent and Brock Lesnar. And of course, you know I can't resist taking off 5 sins for this absolutely epic new theme song for Roman Reigns. Really solidifies him as the final boss of WWE and the perfect bad guy.
Main evented a half a dozen WrestleManias.
Roman Reigns has only been in the main event of 5 WrestleMania events, not 6. Or did WrestleMania take place in Appleton at some point of the COVID-19 pandemic and we never knew about it due to no one being in attendance?
Another man inside of 4.
Oh boy, is D-Generation X in the production truck again? Though what are the odds Pat McAfee's microphone was cutting off because he was going way off topic to what was going on in the ring?
and can't quite get him up. Is it because of the bad arm?
Not quite. Roman Reigns was clearly resisting Cesaro's attempt to lift him up. The bad arm comes into play later, but not at this moment.
Forearm in the face, and Cesaro's got a kick at one.
Actually, there wasn't even a pinfall going on at all because the referee noticed Cesaro's shoulder was off the canvas. Not a 1 count at all, Michael.
Cesaro lives and breathes this. It's all he wants to do.
Wrestler lives and breathes being a wrestler because it's all they want to do, cliche. I'm just saying, it's not that impressive when literally everybody has the same mentality. Those who don't live and breathe wrestling don't wrestle.
Can he stun the champ? Almost!
Smart move on the part of Cesaro to keep his grip on Roman Reigns' leg after Roman kicked out. But not so smart when Cesaro just stays there waiting for Roman to counter his next move.
You gotta bury him when you can.
Well, I guess the keyboard warriors on Twitter aren't the only ones overusing the term buried in professional wrestling. Please stop using that word, guys.
Universal title. Shoulders are...
Surprisingly, not the first awkward pinfall due to the shoulders being up the entire time in this match.
Get your boy here.
Roman Reigns wasting time taunting Daniel Bryan, who, by this point, isn't even signed with a damn company anymore.
Using the bad arm.
Unintentional shout out to Dean Ambrose by performing a variation of Dean's rope flip trick. Oh, the good old days.
You understand me?
Roman indeed has got a lot of responsibilities. Unfortunately, one of them doesn't seem to be make sure you don't waste time by monologuing during your match because it's a shitty rookie mistake. I'm trying to enjoy this match. I really am. But in this shot, all I can look at is Paul Heyman being a creepy asshole while video bombing. He really needs to stop doing that.
Can Cesaro cap Reigns up? And he does!
It's amazing that Cesaro can do that, period. But doing that with an injured arm is even more impressive, even if it only caused him more pain. So I'll take one sin off of that superplex and another one because Cesaro actually does the one thing most wrestlers seem to ignore. Selling injuries!
Cesaro off the second rope.
And that was an awesome Superman punch in midair, perfectly timed and well executed. Loving this match.
Shoulders down.
Here's another sin off for the way Roman stayed in the match. Extremely exhausted and knew he had no strength to kick out, so he slowly got his shoulder in the air to stop the count. When you pay attention to every small detail, you're telling a great story. I really admire the final moment of this match. Cesaro is trapped in the guillotine and has no way of escaping, yet he fights through the pain of his bad arm for one last chance to get out. But in the end, it was too much for him to handle when he passes out, fighting to his last breath. That is why this match was one of the best in recent memory. Take notes, wrestlers who've refused to do any of this just so they could do annoying gymnastics in their matches. Post-match assault. Also, I'll finish off with one final sin removal, because at least Jey Uso and Seth Rollins waited until after the match was over to perform their subsequent attacks. Did not ruin that absolute classic at all. If you look carefully, you can see the tiny word saying, "Sorry we fucked this match up by adding in unnecessary participants at WrestleMania" below Roman Reigns and Edge.
I'm inevitable.
Edge just destroyed his chances of winning this match against Roman Reigns by declaring himself to be inevitable. Nobody who calls themselves inevitable ever wins.
Money in the Bank is presented by...
Skip! No joke, we had to wait nearly 2 damn minutes in between Edge's entrance and Roman Reigns' entrance. And if you combine the amount of entrances shown tonight, that's close to 1 hour. An entire third of this 3-hour pay-per-view is entrances. I guess it sadly wouldn't be a 30-plus minute main event without staring contests. Oh well, gotta count the sins. Here, let me speed this up for y'all. The first 5 to 6 minutes of this match is a stare down, some lockups, a few taunts, and repeat.
His mouth at WrestleMania, but that's gonna happen in...
Roman Reigns continues his onslaught of Edge, but then takes a moment to admire Charles Robinson's hairstyle. Must be that good if even the head of the table is impressed.
Now, and Roman Reigns!
Roman Reigns. Michael Cole might believe that saying his name twice will grant him acknowledgement powers or something. As fun as this match was, it absolutely dragged on and on. What you're looking at right now is all you're going to be looking at for the next 5 minutes. If you're going to have a match last 30 minutes, don't drag it to the point where it feels forced. Meanwhile, on this far side of the arena. Wonderful thing for a father to help his kids see the action going on in the ring, but they're also inadvertently being dicks to the people sitting behind them.
And now Edge!
Edge was trying to conceal his excitement about a certain someone being backstage ready to appear, but couldn't resist locking in an STF just to let the fans know, yes, he's here.
For the spirits!
Heel wrestler tosses himself into the barricade after his opponent moves out of the way, destroying it in the process cliche. And this night is full of cliches.
By Edge to win the title!
Even if we all knew that Edge wasn't winning the Universal title at this moment, I still gotta take a sin out because of Pat McAfee being a crazy fan in the background. That is how you act like a crazy fan on commentary while keeping an unbiased attitude on the mic.
Superman punch!
Just when I think we've covered all the cliches, there's still one more left to count. The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche. Though the way this referee was knocked over was poorly executed. Nearly 2 minutes of Roman realizing the referee was down and heading off to break the chair leg. No wonder Edge easily counters. You take forever, asshole! Damn, you gotta admit the Usos look absolutely badass the way they're heading into the ring to attack Edge. Even if the Mysterios save the day, it's still awesome to see the Usos menacingly approach the ring instead of the traditional hit-and-run routine. One would think that Seth Rollins would want to take the Universal Championship from Edge rather than Roman Reigns, given it was Edge who cost him the title shot in the first place by getting his own for no reason. Wow, Roman Reigns won't even stay down for a 3 count being counted by the fans in attendance. That, or he was so out of it that he accidentally thought the fans were the actual referee. Post-match assault. Very awkward to see the stare-downs between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns since both men go into separate rivalries literally seconds later. Makes you wonder if we'll ever see this feud launch. For once, instead of the cringe "oh my," you can hear the legitimate reaction of Michael Cole when the legendary John Cena returned, and Pat McAfee with the added "where" for comedic purposes made it even better. You are 30 sins removed because this was just as exciting as the fans returning. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. The head of the table versus the guy who built the table Roman sits upon. Now that's what this storyline should have been about. This dream match sells itself because of who's in it, yet sadly the build-up absolutely lacked.
It's like missionary position.
Roman Reigns apparently hates the missionary position.
Or I'm leaving WWE.
Which, as a result, relieves all stress about whether or not tonight is the night Roman Reigns gets dethroned as the Universal Champion. The build-up lacked, but was starting to pick up good. Up until that declaration. John Cena had a new shirt made with his 16 world title wins, but not a potential 17th, knowing full well that he is not winning this match. Imagine how awkward it would look for fans to wear that shirt with the Universal title added to the list.
Reigns 6'3", 265.
Commentator states the height and weight of both wrestlers in the ring during a high-profile match at the start cliche. Also, the first few minutes of this match is John Cena listening to the crowd while Roman Reigns stands around, clearly as annoyed with this as I am.
And again, a right drops.
Yep, no matter what the year is, no matter who the opponent is, one thing that never changes is that it's time for John Cena to take his traditional beatdown for the next 15 to 20 minutes! This usually lasts at least 10! Holy shit!
The champion, they're trying to steal one.
Commentator stupidly refers to a roll-up as stealing the victory cliche, and knowing how much John Cena was obsessed with roll-ups into the build-up of this match, I kinda saw that cliche coming.
Big match, John snap blue suplex.
Snap blue suplex. Funny enough, even though it was a botch from Michael Cole, that actually sounds catchy. Someone should take advantage and use that in their arsenal.
I will count you out.
How about instead of threatening to count out Roman Reigns, you, I don't know, actually count them out? Roman Reigns wasting all the time of the world posing with the Universal Championship just on the very case that John Cena surprises him and ends his reign. But my god, quit wasting time.
Hollywood, I apologize.
Even if he's wasting time, I gotta take a sin off with a hilarious apology to Hollywood and movie executives for beating up their star actor. Also indirectly a shot at The Rock himself.
A 5-knuckle Superman punch.
Aha, fuck you.
Cena with the Cena's gonna do it.
And with Michael Cole yelling, Cena's gonna do it, he just jinxed John's momentum as he was closing in on the Universal Championship. Couldn't resist, could ya? Wait a minute, I thought John Cena's entire obsession about defeating Roman Reigns tonight is by pinning him 1, 2, 3. How is this supposed to pin Roman, you idiot?
And now John. Oh, and a drop.
What a devastating drive-by kick to the air.
Cena. Oh.
Winner up SummerSlam 2021 to bring you SummerSlam 2008. A lot of flashbacks to kick-ass moments in history tonight. Thank God this didn't tear up John's neck. The movie executives would definitely be pissed off then.
And Roman Reigns.
Too many kickouts. Way too many kickouts from finishers. And this is looking like No Mercy 2017, when Roman Reigns kicked out of so many attitude adjustments, whereas John Cena fell to a single spear. Copy Reigns infringement, and after Roman kicked out of all your big-time moves, why would you do this?
Just like it.
WWE realized that Roman Reigns was about to commit copy site infringement with a You Can't See Me taunt and quickly play Brock Lesnar's music to prevent it.
Yes! Holy! Say it!
The reaction from the commentator sounded entirely legitimate. No cringe catchphrases, just pure emotion. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole really amped up the excitement on Brock Lesnar's sudden return to WWE. My god, what an epic moment to close out the video. Pay-per-view event titled Extreme Rules literally takes all but the last 30 minutes of the 3-hour show to start Extreme Ruling. Also, as exciting as it is to see the demonic Finn Balor, WWE really backed themselves into a corner with this match. Roman Reigns can't lose because of the dominant streak he's on, and the Demon cannot lose because of its own dominant streak. Normally that would sound exciting, but right now it's a situation where neither character can afford to lose. Also, why couldn't Brock Lesnar be the one to face Roman Reigns right here tonight? The entire build-up to this match has been based off Roman's feud with Brock, with Finn Balor pretty much waving his arms in the background saying, I'm the one he's facing next, why aren't you focusing on me? Sure, let's get a close-up shot of this random fan adjusting his camera on Roman Reigns. 1.2x? Nah, move it over to 1.5x. Don't they normally save the ring introductions for world title matches when the participants are inside the ring? Or is Greg Hamilton getting the introductions out of the way, knowing Roman Reigns and the Demon enter the arena for the next 10 minutes?
Date with Brock Lesnar at
Even though Michael Cole nearly botched in what awaits Roman Reigns, he also hinted at what should be happening tonight instead of the Demon being a filler opponent.
What will it be for the title?
Even with WWE telling us that title or no title, Roman versus Brock is happening at Crown Jewel, we're not stupid. It's obviously going to be for the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar wants to take the title from Roman himself. Also, WWE couldn't wait until after tonight to declare that Roman Reigns will take on Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. And if the answer to that question is no, then why is this match existing right now? We already know the spoilers. Jesus.
Demon has never lost in WWE.
Samoa Joe, recovering from his injury, yells through his TV, "Am I a joke to you, Michael Cole?" That may have been in NXT, but last I checked, NXT is a WWE show, so it counts. Honestly surprised the fans are not chanting, "You look stupid," given their continued hatred for the Mohawk hairstyle.
And the Demon removes his kilt.
Don't worry, Pat, I'm just as confused as you are that a demonic entity from hell is wearing a kilt. Is that like a traditional outfit for demons to wear down there? Damn it, Riddle! I told you for the last time, you and Randy Orton are not scheduled to appear on tonight's show. Now look what you did to the arena.
The Demon raking the eyes.
The Demon is obviously ripping through Roman Reigns' nose, but sure, let's just say it's raking the eyes. This side of the ring apron probably forgot to acknowledge its tribal chief, and Roman gave it a spanking as punishment. Cool as it was to see multiple kendo sticks attached, the Demon would still have trouble swinging all of them in comparison to the much bigger Roman Reigns swinging a single stick. So Roman honestly wins in this battle.
Echo the sentiments of Roman Reigns.
Alright, that's deserving of a send-off. All night long, fans have been chanting for tables, and just as the Demon is bringing one out, Roman refuses the fans by putting it back. Great move. Jesus, the crew at ringside may want to remove those spikes from the stairs for risk of one of these guys getting impaled to death by them. Safety first, guys.
Something from his wise.
This was both a hilarious jab at people having to wear masks in the arena due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but also a smart move on the part of Roman Reigns since he is legitimately vulnerable to serious hospitalization or death from the virus. Removing 2 sins for the respect. A kick out by the Demon while being a dick to Roman Reigns at the same time. Don't often see that sin combined together with another one. As always, the match is going great, and then the Usos have to interfere and ruin everything. Come on, guys. I'm pretty sure the Demon was intended to make the heartbeat look like it was getting CPR performed, but it's face down. If it was lying on its back and shooting upward, that looked much better. Here it just looks like a fish out of water. Also, what I don't get is why we are playing the Demon's entrance theme in the last minute of the match. That's like listening to my Sins videos with music playing in the background the entire time I'm talking. Also, sorry, but the red lights only worked when the Fiend was performing. Man, I missed that demonic thing so much. That was actually cool. And a great way to protect the Demon character from a simple defeat. Since that thing is a supernatural being, what better way to destroy it than an unexplained supernatural being from beyond tearing off the ring ropes to prevent it from winning the Universal title. The mystery has now begun on who did it. Spoiler alert, it was a cameraman. Also, funny sin to end the video on, but it looks like the Demon has a lot of trouble dealing with Samoans named Joe, since this is the second one to defeat it.
The most anticipated match of the entire year.
We've had matches like Roman Reigns vs. Edge, Roman Reigns vs. John Cena, Sasha Banks vs. Bianca Belair, Edge vs. Seth Rollins, and even Adam Cole vs. Kyle O'Reilly down in NXT. But this match is the most anticipated match of 2021, a match we've seen at literally 2 WrestleMania events. Also, missed opportunity to have this match be a custody of Paul Heyman match.
For the Universal title.
I'm taking off 3 cents because the build-up to this match has been freaking amazing. You got Brock Lesnar trolling everyone, Roman Reigns getting mad and confused at Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman being scared to death about everything. I love it! If there's anything that never gets old, it's the insane entrance of Brock Lesnar, and with his new hairstyle, he looks more intense and dangerous.
First match in 19 months.
Michael Cole thinks that 19 months of not wrestling will make Brock Lesnar rusty in the ring. If he can handle 7 to 8 months without competing, I highly doubt 19 months will hurt him. It's freaking Brock Lesnar! If you look in the crowd, you can actually see the greatest Royal Rumble Championship title, and it's already made more appearances than Braun Strowman's title. Unless that actually is Braun's title since he's no longer around. Given his experience with past matches against Brock Lesnar, gotta love the panic in Roman Reigns when he hangs onto the ropes in desperation to avoid the German suplex.
Top of
That leapfrog was awesome and perfectly timed by Brock Lesnar. Still crazy how a guy his size can fly like that. Ha! Brock Lesnar tripped. Copy Reigns infringement. The first 5 minutes of this match were great, but when Brock Lesnar started to slowly execute his suplexes and F5s, that's when things really slowed down. They honestly gotta stop doing the slow domination fest because it doesn't look that good anymore. You could clearly see the referee spring up in the air before Roman's body could even collide with him. Also, the referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche, exactly the same way it happened at Extreme Rules in 2012 actually. Huh, even Brock Lesnar remembers Extreme Rules 2012. Is it annoying when the Usos get involved? Absolutely. But you have to admit that this time it's justified, because Brock Lesnar was going to use the championship as a weapon behind the referee's back, and the Usos simply attacked to prevent that and even the playing field. Still sucks, but it's understandable this time around. But one thing I'll remove a sin for is Paul Heyman still managed to keep his allegiance a secret even after the match ended, to keep the questions going instead of flat out revealing it. Gotta love the great storytelling.
Man, everything is out of place here. No pyrotechnics mostly, the problems of the Royal Rumble matches, which I will get to in a moment, the tiny WrestleMania sign, the guy wanting fans to send nudes to him, and now the CGI figure of Roman Reigns posing off sync to the music. Boy, that's gotta be awkward for Edge later on tonight when his pyrotechnics explode in front of him instead of behind him. If I were that guy holding the WWE Rocks sign, I'd put it away before the AEW stands get pissed off and rant about you for 2 hours on YouTube. With how predictable and easy this year's Royal Rumble was to predict, I'm surprised that everyone who used DraftKings didn't end up winning the jackpot prize. Seth Rollins ain't the Joker. Seth Rollins ain't the Green Goblin. Seth Rollins is what happens if you combine those two supervillains together. Holy shit, that Shield entrance was the perfect mind game to play on Roman Reigns. The music, the walk through the crowd, and the outfit. All of it is worth removing 20 cents from the counter.
Reigns cannot believe it.
Roman Reigns probably cannot believe it because he's looking the wrong way. Seth Rollins is actually behind him, not in front of him.
When Mox, Seth, and Roman.
Now, I know what you're thinking. Expecting me to gasp in shock that Pat McAfee mentioned Jon Moxley by name. The only reason I'm gasping is because Jon Moxley doesn't exist in WWE. That was the Dean Ambrose variant who was in the Shield. The variant known as Jon Moxley doesn't know what a Shield faction is.
It feels like we're at a family reunion.
Family reunion sounds about right. They're always awkward. There's always two guys who used to love each other but now loathe each other while the cool cousin couldn't make it due to living elsewhere. And then the enlarged CGI championship tipped and CGI fell over, CGI killing everyone below with CGI.
It was a little bit awkward without the Usos out here.
Only once the match ends, actually. Normally, it's quite natural to see Roman Reigns start off his matches without the Usos at ringside.
Back in the vest there.
And Roman.
Holy crap, that was a very awkward collision into the barricade. Roman Reigns had to start running and bend his head to ensure it whacked the barricade. No worries, I'm positive things will get better as the night progresses.
Rollins off the top rope.
Whoa, I won't lie, that was a well-timed hit by Roman Reigns. Best part about a match where the two competitors know each other so well, they know when and where to connect their moves and counters with perfection.
With a Shield bomb.
That wasn't a Shield bomb. To connect a Shield bomb requires the other two members of the Shield connecting the move on the unlucky opponent. What Seth Rollins hit was a traditional powerbomb on Roman Reigns. Also, stupid thing that happened tonight, and there are a lot of them, trust me. The announce table got destroyed in the first 15 minutes of this 4-hour event, and they actually rebuilt the table instead of leaving it like they usually would. What the hell? No one cares what's trending. We're having a great time watching the show here. Quit telling us to go to the toxic wasteland known as Twitter.
Rollins with a move. Oh!
Seth Rollins always goes for the Phoenix Splash, and his opponent moves out of the way every time, cliche.
Rollins looking for the stop. Beat the champ. He got him.
Finishers are always kicked out of these days, but this right here was one of the rare occasions where I actually thought the match was over and the Tribal Chief was done for. The intensity of the audience helped it out. What a moment, what a match.
Measuring his man. Spear!
Did Seth Rollins become so insane that he was yanking on the ring apron curtain just to pass time before getting speared?
What for the spear?
Watching Seth Rollins counter the spear into the pedigree gave me flashbacks to their epic clash at the 2016 Money in the Bank event. Holy shit, I'm enjoying this. Although, what would have made this even better is if Roman suddenly stopped himself before Seth could connect the pedigree, showing that Roman paid attention to what happened the last time they competed against each other, connecting the Superman punch immediately after Seth realized his mistake. Could you imagine? Damn, I wish that happened. Interesting callback to when Seth Rollins always stomped his foot to the beat to burn it down, but considering Roman Reigns knows him better than anyone else, this is honestly a bad idea on his part.
Kick to the head. Seth.
Damn, Seth must really hate Roman's hair with all those damaging kicks he's delivering to it. What do you got against Roman's hair? Seth Rollins deserves the removal of 3 more sins with how he's laughing and offering the Shield fist bump after taking a brutal spear. The cold and calculated mind games he's throwing upon Roman Reigns is absolutely unbelievable. I am loving this. Another thing you gotta give Roman Reigns credit for is his facial expressions. You can see the hurt and emotional torture in his eyes as he struggles to focus on the task at hand. This is what a lot of wrestlers absolutely suck at, letting your actions speak more than any words and promos ever could. Considering Seth is very sneaky, I wouldn't be surprised if he secretly paid off the referee to place his hand on the ropes just in case he's in this exact position.
Reigns is gonna be disqualified!
Sure, it's upsetting that the Universal Championship match ended this way, but the fans once again failed to notice the storytelling as usual. Before Roman got disqualified, he blatantly said, "I don't care, this man is going to die," showing that all the mind games have finally got the better of him. I really shouldn't have to be the one telling y'all this. This is exactly how shit goes down back in the awesome days you miss the most. But sure, 1 sin will be added because the match ended in a disqualification. Great storytelling, but yes, disqualifications are frustrating no matter the circumstance.
Hey, you won't allow me to let go.
Roman Reigns could either be talking about Seth Rollins or his own inner dark side, and when I think of the latter, I got more chills.
Tear to the spine!
Give credit where credit is due. While Dean Ambrose, of course, is absent from this moment, the mirrored image of Seth Rollins betraying the Shield with that one single chair shot was the perfect thing to do when the match ended. But as a sinner, you know I gotta throw in the vintage post-match assaults in. Some things just never change around here. Not gonna lie, placing the Universal Championship as the first match on the card was a good idea, since we all know how short this is going to be, and with more important matches on the card, it's good to get this over with.
And get back to who I am.
Goldberg has gotten back to who he was several times over the last 5 to 6 years. What more is left for him to do now?
Nobody cares. Wanna know why? Because I'm here now.
Actually, I was thinking of a completely different reason to why we don't care about Goldberg getting yet another title match, but sure, let's go with that.
I'm the greatest Universal Champion of all time.
Not exactly a proud lineage given the qualities of over 50% of the title reigns of the Universal Championship.
I'm gonna Goldberg.
Yet not a single spear was connected by Roman Reigns throughout this entire match, nor a reference to a jackhammer by Roman, so I guess the sin here is unkeepable promises. Why does Roman Reigns keep entering first these days? He's the Universal Champion and the final boss of the company. I get that it's Goldberg, but that does not and should not matter. The Usos wish Roman Reigns good luck and go backstage to prepare for their own upcoming match, which ends up not happening at all tonight. Time constraints again. After telling Jeddah to acknowledge him as their tribal chief, Roman Reigns offers the microphone back to Paul Heyman, who forgot to acknowledge that he's supposed to take it from him. Also, even after Roman demanded that the fans in attendance acknowledge him, there's still another 1 minute before Goldberg's music hits. What's taking so long here? I guess someone told Goldberg that there was no time for him to be entering through the locker room first. Come straight to gorilla position before we play your music. Time is running short here. Normally, this pre-match stare-down would be intense, but I can't help but get distracted by Goldberg chomping down on his gum here. Probably should have spat it out prior to entering the ring. This match is only 6 minutes long, and the first 2 minutes is literally this. Damn, we get that the fans are chanting, but start wrestling already. We're on the clock here.
And now Roman Reigns!
Wow. For once, I'll take a sin off for that spear from Goldberg. The way he tackled Roman Reigns down was actually awesome. This match quickly ends with Roman Reigns suffocating Goldberg with a guillotine chokehold, and to me, that was a way better ending than a few Superman punches and spears. A submission loss isn't exactly common for Goldberg, just a reminder, so let's remove 5 sins.
There has never been a match like this.
Well, let's see. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns happened twice before in the main event. Winner take all happened 4 times at WrestleMania, including twice in the main event. Championship unification also previously happened at WrestleMania. So actually, we have seen a match like this. Everything about it is something we've previously seen, so here are 50 sins for that factually incorrect statement. Also, this match is billed as the biggest match of all time, when about 10% of fans max would agree with that statement. The rest of us have seen bigger. Way bigger. One thing we can't deny is the music and the promo and the build-up was actually great. It's just a shame that we've seen this match many times already, and the unification shit is stupid and unnecessary, but still, Metallica, y'all. I know that Roman Reigns is waiting for a specific time frame so he can hold up the Universal Championship, but he must have had bad timing because he stares at the title for nearly 20 seconds before finally moving. It's unnecessary enough that there are outdoor fireworks that nobody in the audience can see, but now we got a big CGI figure of Roman Reigns also hanging out outside the stadium. Can't believe I'd say this, but for once I'm disappointed in the entrance of Brock Lesnar. We are in Dallas, Texas, and he has been Cowboy Brock for months. This would have been the perfect opportunity for him to walk into Mania in a Cowboy-style entrance. Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen!
I will give credit where credit is due. The double introduction by Paul Heyman for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for himself was a great touch added in.
Abs at WrestleMania.
Haha, Brock Lesnar dropped the WWE Championship. One question. If this match was to unify the WWE Championship with the Universal Championship, then why are both titles still independently active as their own lineage, instead of one being retired in favor of the other? You know, how a unification actually works. The winner of this match is just a double champion, not a unified champion. It ain't unified unless there's only one active lineage. That's how it works.
Bare knuckle time.
Some probably didn't notice this, but Roman Reigns had a look of fear on his face when Brock Lesnar removed his gloves. He's reminded of what happened at WrestleMania 34 when Brock bloodied him to a pulp. Great storytelling by the expressions. Paul Heyman being frightened of Brock Lesnar or pretty much anyone is always funny to watch. I'll remove a sin now, but I still wish Paul got caught in an F5 tonight.
It was all Roman's idea.
Brock Lesnar, of all people, should know better than to be distracted by Paul Heyman begging for his life, right? How could he possibly fall for this? Roman Reigns should probably realize that if Brock Lesnar gets counted out, he still retains the WWE Championship. I understand if Roman is against the idea of unifying the world titles, but he still looks stupid trying to accept a countout win at WrestleMania. What made this moment funny was Brock's hand motion looking like Diamond Dallas Page before catching Roman into the German suplex. Although, to the surprise of no one, this match is still the same as the previous encounters we've seen time and time again. Suplexes and finishers and nothing else really. Where's Seth Rollins with a briefcase when we need him? The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche. Let me guess, another attempt at a low blow is coming next?
Oh, wait a second.
Why am I not surprised?
Roman, all the momentum in the world, take it.
Roman knew that Brock was facing away from him, right? So why didn't he run off the ropes one more time just to get into the correct position? That spear was more of a football tackle, and a botched tackle at that.
And this could be it.
One thing I actually admire is Brock Lesnar still uses the Kimura lock even if it's very rare. At the time where you should least expect it, there it is! Injuries to Roman's shoulder and Brock's ribs are probably why this main event did not deliver as well as one would hope. Such a shame, but it is what it is.
Cover for the win! He got it!
The fast count was unnecessary. I bet even the referee was bored from seeing this match and wanted to end the night. But still, congrats to the supposedly unified world champion, Roman Reigns. Took him all the matches before he finally beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Watch this, we're probably going to see this match again at WrestleMania 40. WWE champion and Universal champion? I thought Roman Reigns unified the titles, not win both as a double champion with two separate titles. Something is wrong here. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar once again for the Universal title. This is definitely getting out of hand by now. Not to mention, it's putting a bad reputation for Brock Lesnar because he will have lost to Roman Reigns 3 times in 10 months. Also, it took literally all the matches with Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar before the idea of a last man standing match appeared in someone's head. Also, this match had to be literally advertised as the last time as a way to coax us into believing Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar will never face off again. And I still don't believe that at all, not with WWE's history of false advertising. I'll get to the awesomeness that is Brock Lesnar's entrance in a moment. However, I gotta note that the entrances for literally 2 wrestlers goes on for nearly 12 minutes.
What the hell is that?
Christian Maracle going skinny dipping with Grimm's Toy Show. What the freaking hell do you think that is? The sight of Brock Lesnar driving a tractor to the ring for this last man standing match made things all the more exciting and entertaining. Man, what a sight to behold. Let's take off another 10 cents.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota.
What the hell did a microphone get into the tractor's scoop? This camera didn't show it, but Roman Reigns easily caught the microphone that Brock Lesnar tossed to him without so much as moving his arm, and that may have been the best catch of an object in Nissan Stadium history. It's been many years since we've seen Brock Lesnar do any sort of high-flying maneuver, so to see him leap from the top of the tractor onto Roman Reigns to start the last man standing match made him more energetic. At that moment, you know we're in for a hell of a fight. Michael Cole is once again reading off his script, only this time he looks confused, probably because the only words Triple H wrote on it were "Go Wild."
Back to go join the gravy train of Roman.
Clothesline over the barricade attempt failed, probably because the LED created a force field to prevent Roman Reigns from sailing over it.
Oh my God.
Haha, you failed.
What is this fool Heyman thinking about?
Honestly, what did Paul Heyman think was going to happen? If Brock Lesnar never turned it around, did Paul expect to tackle him or something?
Roman Reigns able to take it then. And he's going to put Brock Lesnar.
Roman Reigns is honestly making it look like putting Brock Lesnar through tables is the easiest task ever.
Just drop it. Oh!
Ouch. Jeez, who would have thought being put through half a destroyed table would look more brutal than being put through a setup table? Brock Lesnar just proved it tonight with the way he smashed Roman Reigns into the table piece.
Take it out the trash!
Seeing Roman Reigns inside that tractor scoop was fucking hilarious. Even if falling into the ring did little to no damage to him, it's still memorable to watch.
Arrival of his suplexorcist.
Suplexorcist. Personal opinion, that name only sounded cooler in someone's head than it did out loud.
He was. Oh, now Kimura!
Does that look like the Kimura lock to you, Michael? That's obviously a guillotine chokehold that Brock has locked in.
Lesnar's lifted up the ring with Roman Reigns in it with a damn tractor!
There's a camera attached to Brock Lesnar's tractor too? And here I thought Brock was old school.
How is Roman back on his feet?
Well, I mean, all that happened was he went for a slide out of the ring to the floor. It's not like Brock dropped the entire ring on him when he lifted it. Is it really a surprise that Roman Reigns got back up after that?
Hey, wait a minute!
Jimmy and Jey Uso.
Of course.
Look at this! Oh my God!
Motherfucking finally! Exciting as it is for Theory to attempt to cash in the Money in the Bank contract, what is the logic of a triple threat last man standing match? Is someone eliminated if they're down but two other wrestlers are still up or something? Since the cash in never happened, I guess we'll never know.
What the hell is going on? For the love of God, count faster!
I fucking love Michael Cole's commentary tonight. Finally, the emotions feel genuine, which in turn makes the viewers at home appreciate the match more. Much as this is a smart strategy to keep Brock Lesnar down for the count, the rules of a last man standing match state that the count can only take place when there is no contact on the down wrestler, and here Roman Reigns and the Usos are burying Brock while the referee continues the count. He should honestly wait until they're done burying Brock and then count. Roman would still win that way. The guys who created this video package for the main event deserves a lot of praise for their efforts. This just increased the excitement. The flashbacks to how Drew McIntyre got here, his original theme music, the fans singing along to said theme music. Why the fuck did he not win tonight? There was nobody more perfect to defeat Roman Reigns than this man, and in this location. In the United Kingdom of all places, I'm actually shocked that Drew McIntyre doesn't have a more customized outfit, or at least a kilt to represent being from the UK country of Scotland. Also, the entrances for these two wrestlers take 11 minutes, just like when Roman Reigns took on Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Note to self, in a stadium event where Roman Reigns is facing someone, you got enough time to go to the bathroom and maybe get some additional snacks before the match begins. Out of anybody getting non-pyro, I never thought I'd see the day where I'd place that sin for the frickin' tribal chief Roman Reigns.
62,296.
Fucks, I don't give about the exaggerated number of people in attendance tonight, especially when you repeat it endlessly. Roman Reigns is somehow shocked that the fans of the United Kingdom are cheering and chanting for the guy who's actually from the United Kingdom. You can't be serious, right? Also, it takes nearly 2 minutes for Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre to actually lock up since the bell rang for the match to begin.
It's not often you see Roman Reigns back away.
Actually, we've been seeing that a lot ever since he turned heel and became Universal Champion, because, you know, that's kind of what heels are supposed to do. So many annoying minutes of Roman Reigns retreating and irritating the hell out of me. What's worse is Drew McIntyre just stands around and lets this happen.
Down in mind as he...
Karrion Kross be like, yeah, I just threw a water bottle at you. I got the idea from watching that Justin Bieber concert well over a decade ago when that happened. We might as well be showing the entire event from this camera angle, wouldn't you agree? Roman Reigns has been spending the first 10 minutes of this 30-minute match either running away from Drew McIntyre or monologuing when he should be taking advantage of the fallen Drew.
Cardiff, acknowledge me!
Well, that's what you get for wasting all the time in the world wanting Cardiff to acknowledge you. Drew McIntyre be like, acknowledge this Glasgow kiss!
Over for the championship!
An obvious 2 count even from an obstructed view, and Michael Cole somehow believes that Drew McIntyre won the match. From where you're sitting, you got a better view of the pin than we do.
Official didn't see it. Oh! Rock bottom!
That was more of a traditional Uranagi than a rock bottom, since Roman Reigns didn't exactly fall forward with Drew McIntyre. Also, you're just teasing us on purpose about the potential WrestleMania match between Roman Reigns and The Rock at this point, aren't you? It better happen at this point, otherwise you're an asshole.
Roman Reigns with it!
Perhaps Drew would have successfully hit his Claymore kick if he didn't always get the crowd to count it down with him. This alerts literally every single one of Drew's opponents on what's coming.
Shoulders, no! Right down, kick out!
The moment Drew McIntyre got hit with a second spear after getting his momentum back up, I actually freaked out that the match was over and Drew failed. But damn, you could feel that energy with a kick out.
McIntyre!
Drew McIntyre clearly saw Roman Reigns arguing with the referee and figured nothing bad would happen if he hit a Claymore kick on Roman from behind. Also, the referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match, cliche. As cool as it was to see Tyson Fury knock out Austin Theory, yay, he got his name back too, preventing him from cashing into the Money in the Bank contract. Why couldn't Austin just run into the ring with the referee and cash in there? What possessed him to think that standing at the farthest edge of the barricade to cash it was the best idea? Also, Austin is so desperate to recreate the heist of the century moment made by Seth Rollins in 2015 that he tried to cash in 2 pay-per-views in a row during the world title match and failed both times. May want to consider doing this at a time when there's no match or celebrity boxers hanging out. Amazing to see Solo Sikoa arrive on the main roster and join up with the Bloodline. Unfortunately, he showed up at the most irritating at times. Can't wait to see how he performs, but still. Also, at this point, WWE may have to consider a barbed wire steel cage match where you can only win by pin or submission, with added security brandishing tasers at the door. That seems to be the only match stipulation that Roman Reigns will have to compete in to keep the Bloodline out. This was a great pay-per-view with a terrible ending. Just when it seemed like Roman could actually get the job done without the need of interference, here comes yet another one. And victory due to outside interference is always a sin. What a shot. Logan Paul had Roman Reigns be a guest on his podcast one time, challenged him to a title match, and immediately got it. I never knew challenging for titles is that easy. Hey, Roman Reigns, I challenge you to an undisputed WWE Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble in the Alamo Dome. You may be in God mode, but I am also a god, the god of sins. Got the balls to face me? You can't deny that Logan Paul had an epic entrance for his match with Roman Reigns. Holy shit, this is awesome to see. He even live streamed it on his social media too. Roman Reigns having to rearrange the WWE Championship so that it wouldn't be facing upside down when he lifts it in the air takes longer than the pose itself. Almost.
Roman Reigns says, "You're not gonna push me around."
Why would Roman Reigns be shocked that Logan Paul shoved him away? He may be an outsider, but Logan knows what he's doing here.
This is what Logan can't do. He can't.
I get that Logan Paul is a major attraction here, but it's just awkward to see Roman Reigns taking a breather from a YouTuber.
First one of the matchup on.
Logan's shoulders were never down, yet the referee chose to count anyway just to freak him out.
Hit the one lucky shot. Paul, nice hip toss.
Pretty awesome hip toss from Logan Paul after that leapfrog. Good to see how well he improves with each match he has. Performing well against The Miz is one thing, but against Roman Reigns is another ballgame. Paul Heyman be like, this smells so good right now. I hope this match lasts a long time so that I can sniff this more.
In the mind of Roman Reigns. Oh!
That one moment when Logan Paul connects a buckshot lariat equal to or practically above Hangman Adam Page. Never thought I'd ever say that, but the timing of the connection was more than perfect. CM Punk would definitely be jealous though.
Oh, and Hangman Reigns.
Is Paul Heyman mocking Roman Reigns, or did Logan Paul perform some voodoo magic on him so that he can feel every bit of damage that Roman does?
Leaps off the top rope again.
Well, holy shit, that was freaking awesome to see Roman Reigns connect that punch with perfect timing when Logan Paul went sailing in the air. Loving this match already.
Ain't no more YouTubers coming over.
What I'll honestly remove a sin for is Logan Paul actually responding to Roman's claims that YouTubers like KSI and Mr. Beast are not coming to WWE by saying, "Not true, we're coming, baby." Defiant even while getting choked out.
About Wade, you know that. Oh, Superman punch!
Super right infringement.
Sweet chin music.
Judging by the way Logan was preparing to connect Sweet Chin music, I don't think he properly learned the technique well. Logan's shoulder is again off the canvas even before the referee starts counting, yet the referee ignores it. That's the second time tonight.
He's in trouble.
He's down. He's not.
Paul Heyman is starting to turn into himself from 20 years ago when Brock Lesnar was getting destroyed by The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. Logan Paul fucking belongs in the WWE, and you are in denial if you say otherwise. Adding in a video to go along with this frog splash through the announce table just made this even more epic. Here are 20 cents off. He deserves all the praise.
So much for Logan's entourage.
I'm sorry, but I really don't have many fucks to give about Logan's entourage from his impulsive podcast getting their asses kicked.
And another Superman kick.
Sorry, but I think we'd only refer to that kick as a Superman kick if it was Roman Reigns himself delivering it. Jake Paul. Sorry, but you're still in sin territory.
Oh, Jimmy knocked out.
Well, so much for all that. Jake Paul probably should have practiced pulling back your punches in a pro wrestling situation because those were just terrible shots to the Usos. I won't lie, we all knew that Roman Reigns was going to inevitably win the match, but for a brief moment I actually believed Logan Paul had him beaten, that anything could happen. Well played. I can't be the only one who thought Solo Sikoa getting his own entrance for this one appearance was actually badass, right? The look on the face of Roman Reigns after he won the match says it all, tells the perfect story. He didn't simply beat Logan Paul, he survived him. I'd honestly go as far as to say Logan was closer to defeating Roman Reigns than Drew McIntyre was at Clash of the Castle. Another fantastic crown jewel event.
The GOAT!
Along with Roman Reigns. Oh fuck, Pat wasn't talking about Sami Zayn. Sorry, my bad. It's just everyone else has. Can't blame me for that mistake, right? Even Paul Heyman is impressed with ring announcer Samantha Irvine the way she introduced Roman Reigns. That was awesome. She's got great talent. Although the spotlights are showing anything but Roman Reigns in this shot. Gotta suck when you're the double world champion and the spotlights are mostly on Paul Heyman.
Teach him a lesson tonight.
Then do it already.
Until you referee Chad Pattern.
Chad Pattern. That's an interesting name to change from Patton. What was the inspiration? Making pattern buildings on Minecraft?
In this business, in this world.
Oh, it's right there. The
Kevin Owens tried to pull a discount Shawn Michaels with that corner flip move and failed miserably. May want to leave that to Shawn.
Noia as he delivers no, and Kevin.
Roman Reigns is actually surprised that his version of the Rock Bottom did not finish off Kevin Owens. Dude, you may be the cousin of The Rock, but you are not The Rock.
There are some careers that don't last 3 years.
Because Vince McMahon had enough and released them instantly without a single hesitation. That's mostly what I can come up with when it comes to WWE careers cut short after less than 3 years.
Thing he has, elbow.
Out of all the hits that actually connected with Roman Reigns, the one hit that knocks him off the turnbuckle is an elbow that didn't even hit him. Wow.
What? Oh my God!
Roman Reigns unintentionally became a pillow to cushion Kevin's fall after that failed attempt at a moonsault. I'll send the botch because it's kind of what I do, but I am at least glad that no one got hurt. That's most important.
Went for the stunner. Roman Reigns.
The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point in the match cliche. That's now happened for 3 of the 5 matches that took place tonight.
At ringside tonight.
And to the surprise of no one, Roman Reigns is a dick to Kevin Owens. My tribal chief, we don't have a chair underneath the ring over here. But how about one of the lightsabers that LA Knight used against Bray Wyatt earlier? Will that help?
Stunner ring. He's got him now. Damn it. Damn it.
Cole sold that very well with his continuous repeats of damn it. Even had me thinking that Kevin Owens could win the Universal title. That's the beauty of these matches.
Now trying. Oh.
Let's be honest, no one can look at that and not do one of 2 things. Cringe in pain and or grab the back of your own head. I did both because that was more brutal than most of what we see lately. Even before the great moment happens, I like that the cameras make sure to capture Sami Zayn's reactions to Roman's dastardly intentions for Kevin Owens as he questions his loyalty. This is cinema. The chair shot heard around the world, the one that gives even the portrayal of Seth Rollins to the Shield competition. And that crowd, practically every single one of them went crazy for that. I debated for a while on what I should do, and finally chose to remove 50 Sins. Very emotional. The massive plot twist that I did not expect was Jey Uso walking out on the bloodline. I had a feeling that Sami would choose to help Kevin Owens in the end, but I did not see Jey Uso walking out like that. Holy shit, what an ending to this epic pay-per-view event. Let's remove another 30 Sins and end it there.
Roman, how you doing?
Who would have thought that something we all looked at as a joke moment to pass the time would end up becoming one of the best storylines in recent memory? It was so awesome to recap everything Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn went through leading into tonight. I'm just saying, what's the point in using the black and white graphics that cause the color red to shine the brightest if the Raw Tag Team Championship is the least relevant thing within the entire Bloodline story here? How poetic that there are a lot of if Roman wins, we riot signs, yet the one sign that actually becomes reality is the one that says if Roman wins, we leave in a calm and orderly fashion. I'm gonna talk about the entrances in a moment, but come on, it would have been a lot better if Sami Zayn entered first after a while of panning the crowd, so that he can get the explosive pop, and then it turns into pure hatred when Roman Reigns arrives.
He looks naked without the rest of the bloodline.
First of all, this isn't the first time Roman Reigns has made an entrance for a Universal Championship match without the rest of the bloodline. He's done it for almost every single one of them. But secondly, you do realize that the rest of the bloodline is just lying in wait somewhere ready to strike Sami Zayn at any moment, don't you? After all these years, how do you not? I would like to remove 2 Sins for the entrances of Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. The crowd reaction toward both wrestlers added in with the return of Sami's old theme music made this an epic moment. Did I say 2? I meant 4. Someone quickly check on Sami Zayn and make sure that he didn't re-tear that shoulder like he did when doing that prior to facing John Cena. Oops, Sami Zayn looked away. Roman Reigns wins the staring contest. Oh well, at least you can win the match to no. Oh, fuck, too soon. The best part of this entire main event is the lively audience. Throughout the entire 30 minutes, they never once lose their energy, the hatred toward Roman Reigns, and the love toward their hometown boy, Sami Zayn. We don't often get these many moments, so enjoy them while we can.
These 2.5 years has ever been in this type of a hostile environment.
It's a good thing you mentioned the 2 years Roman's been champion, otherwise the Raw after WrestleMania 33 would like to have a word with you about that, Michael Cole.
You almost never play an away game.
Even though Roman Reigns has for practically every event, since I don't recall the last time a WWE event took place in Pensacola, Florida. Also, no offense to everyone involved in the epic moment, but it was exciting for the first 2 minutes. It's been over 5 minutes now. Let's actually get to the action. I'm a nice guy, I'll let it slide for 2 minutes. Yeah, that'll totally show them who's boss. Shushing a booing crowd isn't gonna help your case, Roman. The referee should be focused on counting Sami Zayn instead of telling him not to hit Roman Reigns. You're the freaking referee. Do your job properly.
Hook of the leg now. Sami knew he was getting Roman there.
What are you talking about? I think you mean Sami Zayn knew he would not pin Roman Reigns during this moment.
Roman has the main event at WrestleMania to lose.
I mean, technically, no. He could easily just declare that he wants a rematch for the Universal title and make the match a triple threat involving him, Sami, and Cody Rhodes. And what idiot would tell the Tribal Chief no? Adam Pearce?
All week, and that's all you got.
Now would have been the perfect time for Roman to shout, "I dealt with the crowd after WrestleMania in 2017, and that's all you got?" I absolutely love that he doesn't give a fuck and encourages the hatred from the audience.
I wanted to help provide for you.
Heel wrestler trash talks the wife of the babyface wrestler at ringside cliche. Sami Zayn's wife yelling "he loved you" was actually pretty good. About time we have the spouse actually get dramatic about the storytelling instead of standing around not saying a word when the villain taunts them.
Roman has done what we talked about.
What the hell is going on with Roman Reigns here? Briefly becoming woken Matt Hardy with that jaw twitch?
Breaking up. And Reigns is dead.
Man, kissing your partner never seems to work out for wrestlers when they compete in a major match, does it?
Down for the title.
You may not like Roman Reigns, but you cannot deny he's the fucking king of near falls in professional wrestling. Part of what makes every Universal title match he has extremely important and must-see. That may be a sign created by a fan, but I guarantee that even their sign is false advertisement on once in a lifetime. I don't get it. How the hell is Paul Heyman crying already? Roman only failed to win with a Superman punch. It's not like he speared Sami Zayn into oblivion and got a 1 count. You're overreacting to this big time, Paul.
Nice move. Superman.
Roman, right infringement. Cool as it was to see Sami hit that move, it's still a sin. But sometimes you gotta cause a sin to achieve your goals. Once again, the king of near falls. Holy hell, that crowd was absolutely electric after that haluva kick. What an amazing match.
Here comes Zayn. Oh!
I think it's a good thing that Roman punched Sami, because Sami would have gotten stuck in between the ropes. After all, it's been ages since he last did that jump through the rope move, and he's gotten bigger ever since.
Roman Reigns. Oh! You gotta get him in the ring.
Finally! For once, someone goes sailing into the barricade, and the opponent actually rushes to get them back into the ring to take advantage of the fallen. Do more of that, WWE. Quite a number of sins have been removed already for this match. Are you guys still with me after this long video?
And he drives.
Oh, come on. That was a late reaction if I ever saw one.
Official. Oh.
The referee gets knocked over at the crucial point of the match cliche. Poor referee couldn't catch a break.
Who was told to stay home?
Sami Zayn be like, damn it, I should have spiked the Usos' drinks when they went to the bar last week.
Sami just took you. A new official.
Wait a minute, the second referee arrived and didn't see that Jimmy Uso had assaulted Sami Zayn and pulled Roman Reigns over him? Eject Jimmy or call for the disqualification, you idiot. Preferably the former so the fans don't get pissed off.
Sami.
I'm pretty sure the referee was supposed to get knocked over during this moment, but due to being in the wrong position, it made it look like Roman Reigns was trying to knock him out on purpose.
Roman missed with the Superman punch.
Superman pinch. Even after everything they went through, all the carnage this match has become, Sami Zayn still cannot resist snuggling up with his Tribal Chief because his body is so soft. I'm sorry, but I cannot take this shouting seriously because Roman Reigns must have lost his voice earlier. It sounds more funny than it does menacing. You're still yelling at him, dude? Come on, it's gotten really old this late into the match. Keep up the assault.
Any more of this?
Wasn't as cool after we saw the first Superman punch attempt fail to knock out the second referee. This gives me a lot of chills. Shades of the Royal Rumble, but instead of Roman offering the chair to Sami, he is offering it to Jay, and he is still indecisive about what to do. Absolutely perfect storytelling. This is why the story is the most important part of a match. I know we're in a serious situation right now, but I gotta take off another sin because that unacceptable sign with an actual table on it is so fucking creative. Whoever made that sign, you are so freaking awesome.
Sami Zayn back at his feet. Oh my.
Well, look on the bright side. You've secured your spot at WrestleMania by spearing Jey Uso, Sami.
And of all the damn.
The best part about Roman Reigns winning this match was the crowd going from booing to absolute silence because they expected a kickout from Sami Zayn. And when Sami stayed down, the entire audience was left in shock. Man, what an awesome moment. I think I'll remove 10 sins this time. Also, I wasn't too worried about Montreal potentially rioting. By now, they're used to their hometown teams losing. After all, it's been 30 years since they actually won anything in sports.
Montreal.
Hey Kevin Owens, where the hell were you when Jimmy Uso was beating the crap out of Sami Zayn 10 minutes ago? Stuck in traffic or something?
Montreal zone.
Kevin Owens is from Marieville, not Montreal, about a 45-minute distance away. Think you meant to say Quebec zone, Kevin Owens. Paul Heyman expects to survive this. Just one final check to make sure the graphics doesn't say Roman Reigns versus The Rock.
Nope, we're good. Carry on. Also, Cody Rhodes' big build-up to this was him wanting to finish the story, which, if you think about it, technically means he intended on retiring from professional wrestling after this match. Because unless he never does anything else after tonight, his story isn't finishing, and neither is the story of the Rhodes family that Dusty Rhodes started, because it continues on through him. So what story is he trying to finish here? Aw, damn it, I was facing the wrong way! Also, I know both these entrances are fun to watch, but 13 minutes of entrances for just 2 wrestlers. Let's be thankful it's not a fatal 4-way also involving The Undertaker and Bray Wyatt, otherwise we'd up that to 30 minutes of entrances. If WWE was saving their pyro budget for Cody Rhodes' entrance here, they didn't exactly save a lot because we saw basically the same amount we would normally see on Raw, just a little bit bigger. You gotta admit it, Liberty Rhodes is already a badass by rejecting the earmuff, saying, I don't need to wear this shit, I'm a Rhodes. Brody Jr., -1. So freaking awesome to see the late Luke Harper's son in attendance to watch Cody Rhodes compete. Very heartwarming to see, and now I got more tears in my eyes. I'm getting serious Bobby Roode vibes off seeing this piano-style entrance for Roman Reigns. That and the days of broken Matt Hardy. Regardless, it was still fun to see. One thing I gotta praise Roman Reigns for is being the first wrestler to defend the same world title reign at 3 consecutive WrestleMania events. If only Hulk Hogan defended his title at the first ever WrestleMania back in 1985, then Roman would have to do this another year to break the record, but here we are.
4 men.
Michael Cole making sure to take all the time in the world to mention those 4 names that held a championship longer than Roman Reigns. What makes it more awkward is we have heard these same 4 names almost every pay-per-view since Roman surpassed Brock Lesnar's 500-day reign.
Cody trying to do something his father was never able to accomplish.
Well, to be fair, the one championship Cody Rhodes has been trying to win that his father never did was the WWE Championship. The Universal Championship didn't exist until 1 year after Dusty Rhodes passed away. Also, I get that Roman Reigns is a double world champion here, and holding 2 titles sounds more exciting than just 1, but I really think Cody should be trying to win just the WWE Championship here as he's trying to finish the story, something the Universal title has nothing to do with. Fuck Turbo Tax!
We exist momentarily.
Roman Reigns takes 1 punch from Cody Rhodes and that's enough to send him retreating to the outside. Like, brah, you conquered bigger threats than Cody. How are you running away from him? Roman Reigns be like, no, let's not talk here. Let's move closer to the fans so they can hear our private conversation and alert Cody Rhodes about our strategy. Paul Heyman's sexual fantasies.
To take him to that next.
The referee gives Roman a 4 count, then conveniently starts yelling instead of continuing to 5 when Roman ignores him. I also don't want the match to end in a disqualification, but could we at least not make the referee insult our intelligence?
Rhodes wanted a disaster kick.
Actually, judging by the way Cody Rhodes leaped into the air, he wasn't trying to hit a disaster kick at all. Looked more like he wanted to try a Hurricane Rana on Roman Reigns, who just ended up catching him by convenience.
It ended up being a disaster, alright.
Oh, come on, man. It was a good start to this main event match, and you had to ruin it with a bad pun.
Roman Reigns remains ready.
So, what you're saying is Roman Reigns would not have to work out or get prepared mentally because he would always remain ready to compete? I don't think that's how the physical body works, Corey. Way too overdramatic here.
You know, Cody's never faced Reigns one-on-one.
True, but that doesn't mean Cody has no idea how to face or even defeat Roman Reigns, having done that in 2013 with Goldust. Wasn't one-on-one, but a win is still a win. He at least knows how to get it done.
Oh no.
That would look like it hurts, but since Roman is throwing Cody up the ramp instead of down the ramp, there's less airtime, thus less impact. Also, Roman figures that he can spend as much time as possible on the outside due to the fact that the referee traditional rules and all will allow it. Cody Rhodes, while recovering from the attack, took a moment to bring back his dashing days by admiring his reflection on the ramp. Cody Rhodes apparently lost his peripheral vision because how the hell did he not see Solo Sikoa reach underneath the ring to pull out a weapon?
Stadium absolutely feels.
I know that Solo Sikoa eventually gets caught and ejected from ringside, but these non-stop interferences throughout the whole match is getting a bit much and very overkill. Even though Roman Reigns has targeted the American announce table, the Spanish commentators have already fled the scene, even despite their table being safe from harm. For the time being, at least.
I think Reigns is...
Whoops, never mind, spoke too soon, my bad. I'm just saying, because of how slow Roman Reigns has been dismantling the tables and preparing Cody's demise, both wrestlers have been outside the ring for longer than a 50 count, and I don't even think the referee has reached the 4 count yet.
He wants to continue.
Ow, my dashing hands!
Roman
Reigns? Wait, there's a brand new wrestler joining the company called Roman Reigns? Whoever that guy is, he just might be the one destined to crush Roman Reigns.
Cody's got a chance!
I mean, sure, Cody has a chance, but he's got to deadlift Roman's unconscious body and put him back at the ring first.
Come on, Cody!
Michael Cole getting a little too annoying with the cheerleading. It worked with Dominic Mysterio because you hated his guts, and for Pat McAfee because he's your best friend, but not once did Michael ever join up Cody's side. Nice callback to his days in the Legacy. The fake-out clothesline usually executed by Ted DiBiase Jr. and the scoop slam usually executed by Randy Orton. Gotta love the shoutouts to when Cody Rhodes really kickstarted his WWE career.
This was his chance!
It's not like the Cody Cutter was his finishing move or anything, plus he never once hit a crossroads yet. Michael Cole was quick to think that this was Cody's chance to become the Universal Champion and it failed miserably. Don't give up just yet, dude.
Solo with that! Yes!
Finally! About time the referee actually uses his ears and his brain instead of just his eyes. Cody is suddenly down after a convenient whipping noise was heard, so let's eject Solo Sikoa from ringside. The roar of the crowd when he got ejected was amazing.
Roman Reigns is alone!
I mean, there's still Paul Heyman who could still get involved. So until the entire bloodline is dissected one after the other, Roman Reigns will never be alone. In Harry Potter terms, the bloodline is Roman's Horcruxes, and you can't beat them until all of them have been destroyed. Even if that initial crossroads did not give Cody the victory, that was one of the most picture-perfect crossroads executions I've ever seen. Perfect turning, and best of all, no dumb overreacting like a tree on the landing.
Uranage off the rock bottom!
No, you were right the first time you said Uranage because that was not how to execute the rock bottom. Roman would have had to fall with Cody in that exchange. I just love the wide-eyed expressions on Paul Heyman's face practically every time Roman Reigns is in danger of losing his championships. Something about it is always so funny. When the moment finally happens for Roman to lose, make sure to get a full up-close shot of Paul's reaction. That's a reaction we are required to see.
Oh! Cody's alive!
Roman Reigns is in shock and nearly crying because Cody Rhodes kicked out of the Superman Punch, despite the fact that Roman almost never wins a match with the Superman Punch. Ever thought to go for a spear or something? You know, the one move you have yet to hit in this match so far.
Shift the momentum, reverse the...
I'm pretty sure Roman Reigns just tapped out there. His intention was likely to claw his way around, but the positioning his hand was in, I'm sure that was a submission. An unintentional one, but a submission nonetheless. That should still count if you think about it. And yet, it somehow doesn't. Here are 5 sins. Talking to yourself. Probably learned that from R-Truth and Little Jimmy. An excellent way for Roman Reigns to hit the spear and an amazing kickout from Cody Rhodes, hanging in there with all that he's got. Instead of walking around, standing around, and signaling around, Roman Reigns should really be trying to finish off Cody Rhodes. I would have lifted up Cody's exhausted body and hit another spear without underestimating his abilities. That reaction when Cody Rhodes escaped from the guillotine chokehold. Holy shit, what a moment. Even in attendance, I was shocked beyond belief because nobody ever escaped that hold. You absolutely love to see it.
Tribal Chief allowed...
Figured it was only a matter of time before that was inevitably going to happen. It's a Roman Reigns match in the main event of WrestleMania after all. About freaking time that the Usos getting involved got thwarted to a degree like this. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn returning to brawl with the Usos after last night's epic main event was awesome. Really showed that anything can happen now.
Cody's gonna do it!
You just know Cody's not going to do it because Michael Cole is repeating that, and it's been a while since Roman took the stunner and haluva kick combination.
Solo! Spare!
You know, I would have been just fine with Roman Reigns retaining the undisputed Universal Championship if we didn't literally repeat the exact way he won a Clash at the Castle against Drew McIntyre. Seriously, this is WrestleMania. At least have Roman retain it some other bullshit way instead of the same bullshit way. This deserves 100,000 sins for a really bad copy-paste ending. Although, and I know a lot of people are going to hate this, but I believe Roman being the one to win this match was perfect. It benefits Cody's story more than the opposite result ever could. He was all happy-go-lucky throughout the road to WrestleMania, with everything put on easy mode. After all, Dusty Rhodes failed the first time, so it makes sense for Cody to be in the same position. Adds into the determination to get back up when his father didn't in the same scenario. This was set to be the culmination of a 3-year-long feud between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, going as far as to label this a tribal combat match, which traditionally means that no blood relative is allowed until battle has concluded. But here, I'm adding in 10 sins because this was poorly executed for a tribal combat match due to having multiple interferences, thus disrespecting the Samoan elders and past chiefs. Honestly, just by hearing Jey Uso proclaim himself as the real tribal chief, it just makes it completely obvious that Jimmy Uso is going to betray him out of pure jealousy. Especially when it was a factor brought up over a month ago that fans somehow forgot about.
Jey Uso pinned Roman in a tag team championship match.
Wait a minute, if Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns in a tag team championship match at Money in the Bank, then why is he not a champion right now? Are you telling me this whole time the match was secretly for the Universal Championship and Jey actually won it? Or some imaginary tag team titles not held by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? What a fucking plot twist.
Solo was taken out by Jey Uso last night.
Which will mean absolutely nothing because we already know Solo Sikoa is lurking somewhere ready to strike back. At this point, beatdowns during events prior to pay-per-view matches are meaningless because nobody ever stays down from them.
That you earned through tribal combat.
Wait a minute, if you earned that by tribal combat, then who the hell did Roman Reigns beat to become the tribal chief in the first place? Couldn't have been Jey Uso because he wasn't even the tribal chief either. Stop making me ask so many questions. This CGI replica of Roman Reigns is probably screaming at the sky because he was banned from entering Ford Field tonight. The bell rings to begin the ring introductions, and there is none. Wait, was that actually the bell to start the match? Jey Uso, attack!
Jey Uso, especially if Jey...
Not gonna lie, if you combine all of Roman Reigns' title matches where both wrestlers spend the first 5 or so minutes standing around and doing much of nothing, that'd probably equal up to 24 hours worth of standing and doing much of nothing.
Jey Uso has not been in it since the beginning.
Normally, you would think that doesn't sound long at all. Unfortunately, this near 40-minute match has already gone on for 6. And it's just been Roman Reigns hitting a move, slowly walking around, hitting another punch or kick, slowly walking around again. We're literally just repeating the previous encounters between Roman and Jey, except in New York traffic speed. Jey Uso wasting precious time taunting Paul Heyman and threatening to attack Paul Heyman instead of quickly taking out Paul Heyman and resuming his focus on Roman Reigns.
How does the rest of the family feel watching this?
I thought it was their idea. Those were Jey Uso's words. It was the family and the elders who demanded this match be contested under tribal combat rules. Also, if the elders and the family demanded a tribal combat match, then why isn't there at least some of them present at ringside to ensure the correct rules of tribal combat are enforced or something? Would make things far more entertaining than what we are watching right now. Another freaking minute of Roman Reigns doing absolutely nothing while Jey Uso lays around just waiting for him to do something. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. Do something! The kendo stick shots would definitely boost up the momentum of this match, and then you got Paul Heyman annoyingly repeating the words tribal combat at ringside with every swing Roman Reigns takes on Jey Uso. Like, shut up already.
His own cousin Roman Reigns!
Michael Cole says that as if it's a complete shocker that Jey Uso was beating the crap out of his own cousin with a kendo stick after literal years of feuding. This same camera angle at the Ford Field has been used almost as many times as there are fans in attendance, and I'm talking about the exaggerated number 2. Commentator stupidly refers to a roll-up as stealing the victory cliche, and considering Roman Reigns has stole almost every win this year, wouldn't that technically be karma for him? I instantly knew that Jey Uso wasn't going to get the win after the super kick and the Uso splash. Not because the finisher never works the first time, but because there's a table outside the ring that hasn't even been touched yet. That's how you know it's not over. Chair licking. One chair isn't enough, so let's throw in every single chair in existence while also ignoring the table set up outside the ring. It takes almost literally 3 minutes just for this one table spot to happen. They're really stretching this out to ensure it goes at least 40 minutes, am I right? Don't get me wrong, I like the occasional long match, but don't bore me in between.
That move.
Roman Reigns is the one who got put through the table, yet he is the first wrestler to stir and get back to his feet. WWE logic. The rules state that nobody is allowed to interfere. Here's another 100 sins because this is just pathetic.
This is all legal.
But this absolutely lacks respect in the Samoan heritage. So if anything, this situation of Solo Sikoa helping Roman Reigns should cause the elders to revoke Roman's status as the tribal chief due to endless amounts of disrespect to the tribe. Take that. You know, now would have been the perfect time for Solo Sikoa to actually spike Roman Reigns after the months of teases. Sure, we can still have Jimmy Uso do his part by turning on Jey, but imagine how epic it would be for the entire bloodline to be destroyed as a result of Jimmy and Solo turning on their respective members. Shame.
With a spear!
Copy Reigns infringement.
Who the hell?
I'm actually shocked that fans worldwide somehow believe this turn doesn't make sense. You can say you didn't like it, but to say Jimmy turning on Jey makes no sense is just plain wrong. The whole deal about Jey going for the championships and being the tribal chief while Jimmy was hurt happened on more than one occasion. The admittance of the jealousy, and then this. I'll remove 5 sins for the twist of the story. Would have removed more, but it came as a result of Roman winning by interference yet again.
Damn it, from day one!
Technically from day one-ish. Technically, Roman Reigns has been the undisputed Universal Champion for a little under 600 days. What is it with WWE thinking you are automatically an undisputed champion at the same amount of time you were just one champion, despite winning the second title over a year later?
They ain't ever gonna chant your name, they're not gonna know who you are, you're gonna disappear.
Conveniently enough, that's exactly what happens to Roman Reigns after this match. The fans won't chant his name, they'll still know who he is, but Roman will indeed disappear. I guess Roman's conversation with himself in the mirror made its way into this feud. Wow, I can't be the only one who thinks the pyrotechnics really suit LA Knight, right? WWE should add that to his entrance on a full-time basis. The pyro exploding with the beat of his music adds into the spectacle.
For 1,000.
Guess we better continue to get used to this, because with every entrance of Roman Reigns, Michael Cole will remind us how many days he's been the Universal Champion. It's becoming less and less impressive with every month he's absent.
There are only two men that have held the championship longer. Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan.
WWE deserves 10 sins for basically kicking Bob Backlund to the curb when it comes to longer championship reigns, as their records officially state that Bob was WWF champion for over 2,000 days. And even if they did recognize Antonio Inoki's reign on their records, Bob won it back and held it for another 1,400 days. So why are only Hulk Hogan and Bruno Sammartino mentioned on this list of longer champions? Make it make sense, please.
This is a man, Roman.
Copy Knight infringement.
Very cocky.
Over 2 years of Roman Reigns failing to get the fans to shut up during his matches, and he still thinks he can make them shut up? I guarantee he misses when the fans were just holograms on a screen where he didn't have to tell them to shut up.
Tonight. And now Paul.
Seriously, LA Knight gets distracted because Paul Heyman jumps and grabs one of the ropes? LA claimed he knows how Roman Reigns and his bloodline tactics work, yet easily falls for the most ignorable one. Missed opportunity for LA Knight to kick Roman Reigns with one leg and Paul Heyman with the other. That would have been hilarious and worthy of a sin remover. Roman Reigns is smiling because he knows he's about to bore the hell out of me with his usual beat down my opponent every 2 minutes but walk around for the rest of it technique. I think Roman Reigns is signaling that he wants one more sin to be added to the counter for no reason. Well, wish granted.
Reigns has been in that position before.
Oh yeah, CM Punk is no longer in AEW. That means that we gotta once again deal with the damn CM Punk chants everywhere we go. I find it hilarious that the microphones can easily pick up what the wrestlers are saying in the ring, but the one time Roman Reigns is talking to the camera, the microphones fail to pick up what he's saying. All I hear is noise. 85% of this 20-minute match is Roman Reigns staring around at the fans and doing nothing to keep beating down LA Knight, who seems to have lost his usual momentum during matches. This is sadder than all the other times the Bloodline has interfered on behalf of Roman Reigns. I'm not saying LA Knight is weak or anything, but compared to everyone else Roman has faced, he's the one who has a chance of defeating Roman the least. The fact that Roman needs help to beat LA Knight of all people shows less of how strong LA is and how pathetically weak Roman is getting. LA's been beat down for the majority of this match too. This deserves 10,000 sins thanks to my handy and trustworthy device. The crowd actually believed LA Knight got a successful 3 count despite the fact that the referee never once counted when they said 1. LA Knight actually falls for this, and I am so done with this shit. I like the idea of this Fatal 4-Way match simply because it's 3 rivalries combined into 1. That's the best time to host 4-way matches, rather than an excuse to get as many wrestlers on a match card. LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton all want revenge against the Bloodline. The more enemies you make, the bigger the army gets. Nearly 12 minutes of entrances for 4 wrestlers. Usually when we pan to a shot of the stadium from the outside, it's because we're about to launch some fireworks or show a CGI figure. Here, we're just showing Tropicana Field because it looks weird with that tilted roof looking like it's about to topple over. Whoa, what the fuck is this? Did WWE forget to show this Slim Jim commercial before the match began in their 6-minute break? We're in the middle of entrances for the Universal Championship. No time for this commercial. Pat McAfee simply acknowledging the Tribal Chief is comedy at its best. So good to have Pat back on the full time here. This is rather an ironic shot. Roman Reigns stands in confusion as the 3 challengers argue amongst each other, ignoring him completely. A metaphor for Roman being absent for 90% of the build-up to his championship matches. Don't know if that was an intentional metaphor, but it works. The moment Roman Reigns is beat down in a 3-on-1 situation, that's the moment you know he's automatically winning this match. It's a cliche in Fatal 4-Way matches.
Will win the WWE Championship.
So we're confirming it's just the WWE Championship now? Has the Universal title finally retired? If that is the case, does that technically take off 600 days from Roman's title run, since he's only been WWE Champion for less than 2 years? Because of the poor timing, either with Randy lifting Roman too early or Roman forgetting to jump on time, this move looks far worse than it could have been.
Now LA Knight gonna...
Gotta suck for Randy Orton when LA Knight has to tell him this is how you do your own move on the announce table.
Randy Orton now with the The classic.
I'm starting to think Paul Heyman was the target of voodoo because his own arm seems to hurt every time Randy stomps on Roman's arm. The bloodline might be crazier psychopaths than originally believed.
To retain the championship.
LA Knight clearly kicks out at 1, yet the referee insists on continuing to the 2 count.
Late 2019, last time he was actually pinned in a singles matchup.
While true, what does that have to do with this match? Roman Reigns is not competing in a singles match right now. This is a fatal 4-way. I'm actually shocked Michael Cole hasn't gone back to the last time Roman's been pinned in a fatal 4-way, which I'll be honest I think was SummerSlam in 2017. Or are we just not allowed to talk about the guy who pinned him in that match?
Oh! Got it!
I get that the commentators want to fire up the moment by yelling in shock at the possibility of Roman Reigns losing his titles, but we could clearly see AJ Styles about to break up the pin long before it ever began, so it didn't fire us up.
Caught him!
Another RKO Rampage, another 3 sins removed. Yep, that's still a thing all these years later. Especially when we thought Roman was about to connect a Superman punch at this moment. Couldn't have said it better myself, Corey. This has gotten worse and worse every time. It may be no disqualification, but it's still a sin. Or in this case, 100. I would be excited for AJ Styles potentially pinning all 3 of his opponents, except for the fact that Roman's shoulders are clearly off the canvas due to him being in the air. Even after pulling out a chair, it still takes AJ Styles nearly 2 minutes to actually do something about it. After nearly winning the match, why would you savor the moment of utilizing a chair? Just get inside and whack everyone to oblivion. Solo Sikoa was taken out of the equation like 10 minutes ago, which means that Roman Reigns won the match without him being directly the result of the victory. This is a lot more sad when you realize Roman can beat 3 opponents at the same time without help, but not 1 opponent without help. This makes his other wins even worse. Holy shit, here we go. The fact that we can have that type of reaction to this main event just from seeing that it's up next speaks volumes. The excitement, intensity, and desperation from everyone is absolutely bone-chilling. And that's not just because of the weather. Last year, everyone looked at this as the worst booking decision in a long time. WWE knew immediately that there would be controversy and backlash from the fans and took the risk. It absolutely paid off because there's always a long-term plan for situations like this. As I said last year, that look on Cody Rhodes' face told a much bigger story than him winning the championship so easily ever could. Probably was a bad idea to showcase the Young Bucks or any sort of AEW visual since Tony Khan seemed to have several more WWE related meltdowns. Somehow we just know those shills are going to make this WWE's fault. I'm not going to play the audio to try and avoid the monster, but you can't help but feel the Daniel Bryan vibes from 10 years ago at WrestleMania 30 when WWE used Imagine Dragons for his video package leading into his epic moment. Now we do the same for Cody Rhodes, just a different song. This is awesome to witness.
I am coming for you, Reigns.
This promo package shows exactly what should have happened in that big segment where The Rock replaced Cody Rhodes to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Instead of Cody choosing to not face Roman and willingly giving The Rock his spot, Rock should have interrupted and turned heel on the spot, shocking the whole world and adding more impossible odds to Cody's story. It was instead forced into this thanks to us.
We ain't finishing no story.
Just like I said from the previous Sins video, Michael Cole prematurely declares Cody Rhodes as the loser of this upcoming main event simply because it's bloodline rules. Even at the moment when all hope seems lost, you gotta keep that faith alive. Or be like the majority of the IWC and give up immediately because you're impatient or have no faith.
Story is no longer about myself.
Hasn't that always been the case? From the very first time Cody Rhodes brought up the phrase finish the story, it's always been about his family and achieving what Dusty Rhodes never could. Now he says that the whole time it was about himself but no longer? That's a very confusing story if you stop and think more about it.
You will never get another shot.
Which automatically translates to Cody Rhodes is obviously winning the match. Don't worry, for those wondering, that's not going to affect what I'm going to do when the moment actually happens. It's just something to take note of. If there's anything to describe Cody Rhodes' entrance, it is cinema. You know we're in for the war of a lifetime when you hear that music and see that awesome mask on Cody's face. It has only begun. The pyrotechnics being off sync from Cody's music at the usual moment it goes off. Come on guys, we're about to be in an epic main event. We don't need any more screw-ups. The one thing I gotta take another sin off for is the commentators actually showing respect by not talking throughout Cody Rhodes' entrance. They're letting the moment sell itself as they should be. It's what they should have done with the live band performances too. This time Cody Rhodes kisses the part of the ring mat that doesn't have the Prime logo on it just so the Logan Paul haters won't be pissed off 2 nights in a row. Even though they technically already were when Logan won his match.
of the Tribal Chief.
At this moment, we can forget about The Rock being the final boss, because this entrance of Roman Reigns was the pure definition of being the final boss. The orchestral performance adding into Roman's already epic music made this his greatest entrance of all time as the Tribal Chief. This deserves 10 cents taken off the counter. I am so freaking ready for this.
For 1,003.
As it's another day of Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship, it's also another day of reminding everyone of the only 3 wrestlers who have held a championship longer than him in WWE history. We practically have this entire speech memorized word for word after all this time. Also, you guys were absolutely silent for Cody's entire entrance to let the moment soak in, but when the top champion for over 1,300 days shows up, you can't stop talking at all? That is absolutely stupid and disrespectful if you ask me. But also, Roman Reigns deserves more praise by breaking the all-time record for the most WrestleMania main events in WWE history. This is his 9th, and while some of the matches weren't that good, Roman has been the most consistent main event wrestler of all time, and no one has or ever will forget about that. Like it or hate it, it's the fact we all acknowledge.
31st time Roman Reigns will defend.
It's actually over 50 times, but even that is still sad when you think about it. 1,316 days as the Universal Champion with only 50 plus defenses. By now it definitely should have been 100 at the minimum. Great as he is, that's still a major sin of his championship reign. The cameraman shifted up the camera a little higher due to being close up with a fan flipping the bird to Roman Reigns. That was a hilariously awkward moment. Obviously, what we intend on doing is keeping the Bloodline away from the match for the first 20 minutes, but it's still a little weird that a match labeled under Bloodline rules has no Bloodline at ringside immediately since it's their match and their rules. The fans are excited beyond all recognition. Never before has a main event rematch at WrestleMania felt more intense and personal than this one. Perhaps maybe with the exception of Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker, but we're not talking about 2010 here. This is 2024, and this feels more exciting than the first encounter between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And we're just getting started too.
Roman does the same thing he has been doing.
In other words, non-stop interference from the Bloodline. Except in this case, it's not unfair if the Bloodline interferes at all because it's in the match rules. Understandable that Cody Rhodes wanted to bring the weapons out immediately, but I would have started with something simple like a chair or a kendo stick because bringing the tables out takes time and allowed Roman Reigns to recover and counter.
I completely agree.
Heel champion hates tables and throws them back under the ring but doesn't have a problem with them later on cliche.
Hush this very well. Cody, reversal, Reigns.
Roman Reigns also made a big mistake by taunting the crowd and giving Cody Rhodes time to recover and counter. So I guess we're back on an even playing field here.
Because that is where the pinfall or submission will have to take place.
Unless The Rock comes out and randomly changes the rules of the match to a false count anywhere stipulation. And because it's Bloodline rules, this was actually a missed opportunity for The Rock to abuse his power and change up the match as time went along, to add more deadly pressure and trauma to Cody Rhodes' chances of becoming the Universal Champion. Roman Reigns isn't an obvious I have a weapon that I picked from under the ring position, yet Cody Rhodes somehow doesn't figure that out until it's too late. And Cody's already picked a table from that side of the ring in full view of kendo sticks, so how did he not figure out that Roman retrieved a weapon from under the ring?
Fight with him a few weeks ago.
Just to be on the safe side, Roman Reigns should have swung for Cody's midsection instead of his head, because he waited until Cody was standing and looking right at him. Probably figured Cody would be too stupid to figure out what's going on just like earlier. Never underestimate your opponent because they don't tend to make the same mistake twice, Roman. Even if Roman Reigns did not move out of the way, Cody Rhodes would have missed him because he was clearly aiming for the ring post with a swing like that. What are you, a player in the Phillies?
Hydration table.
Well, I didn't even need to ask if Roman Reigns is a fan of Logan Paul, knowing the epic clash they had at Crown Jewel a year and a half ago. Roman Reigns then immediately give that fan the 2 punches for flinching.
Feel.
Cody Rhodes is getting back to his feet, so Roman Reigns figures now is the perfect time to put the ones in the air again. If this backfires on Roman Reigns, then I'm going to call him an idiot. Roman Reigns is an idiot. This is a weird shot when you look at it. You got Paul Heyman feeling the pain from Roman Reigns taking the suplex onto the production box because of voodoo magic. And then you got Charles Robinson in the background covering his eyes as if that was the most brutal thing he's ever witnessed in the decades he's been a referee. And we all know that's not the case at all.
This is what.
Plot twist, Cody Rhodes bent over the barricade because he had to throw up, and now the green shirt guy has more added green to his outfit.
Second rope. Down goes rope. Superhuman power.
Cody Rhodes weighs significantly less than that of Roman Reigns, yet Roman catching him and connecting a perfect powerbomb is considered superhuman power. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense here.
This is my company, you little bitch!
Roman Reigns continuing to dominate the match and declaring this is his company while smothering Cody Rhodes into the ropes was awesome. We're all having a great time tonight.
Our tribal chief's talking that shit.
You gotta love it when the commentators are allowed to cuss again. PG era, be gone. This is serious shit.
Punish. Head right in the face.
Roman Reigns is frustrated because a simple back suplex was not enough to defeat Cody Rhodes. 1,316 days as champion and you're upset that a simple suplex did not finish off your opponent? Out of all your victories, how many of them ended with a back suplex? I'll wait. Nah, it's best I don't wait. This video's already very long.
Perfect place for the bridge. Here we go.
For once, this sequence is understandable. Cody's shoulder is clearly off the canvas, but the referee can't see that because he's out of position, forcing Cody to kick out further. You guys are really trying to stop me from sinning, y'all. I gotta commend the efforts, to be honest. I never thought I'd be put in the position I'm in. I'm seriously removing a sin for WWE preventing me from sinning. I guess my story is finishing too. Nah, fuck that!
Right now for Cody.
This is how you know Cody Rhodes is desperate to do whatever it takes to win the WWE Championship. He hardly ever performs a super kick on any occasion, so he pulls it out in this one. Anything he can do, he probably will.
A true heavyweight battle.
I wouldn't go that far, Michael, considering the fact that Cody Rhodes is nowhere near heavyweight status in professional wrestling. Could have used any other word to describe it because heavyweight absolutely was the wrong one. It's a copyright infringement sin, but it's also cool to see Roman Reigns hit Cody Rhodes with his own version of Crossroads. However, because nobody in the bloodline interfered yet, nobody is surprised that this doesn't finish off Cody. Roman Reigns is addicted to Cody's Rhodes. And now we have a copy Reigns infringement going back to an even playing field just like before. But once again, because no interference has happened yet, there is no reason to worry about Roman Reigns losing just yet.
Superman punch.
Apparently, the Superman punch activates Jey Uso's music. Maybe it's just the way Roman connected it. Accidentally turned on the music. Whoopsie. That one sad moment when a spear off the stage through tables was 100 times more entertaining than the actual match between the Usos last night. But I'd be lying if I said I saw that coming. I was amazed and frightened when Jey Uso hit the spear on Jimmy Uso off the stage through the tables we had no idea were there in the first place. Now all hell has broken loose in this war.
Take that, Roman!
Careful, Michael Cole, or else you will be next, forcing Pat McAfee to leave the announce table and joining the war. You know, on second thought, keep it up actually. Let's get everybody involved as much as possible. Cody Rhodes had to look over both his shoulders because Solo Sikoa was late on arrival with a Samoan spike, similar to last year when Cody had to wait around for a while just for Solo to appear. You had a second attempt at one job and you still failed, Solo. Obviously, we know what actually happens here, but considering what happens in the immediate future, this would have been the perfect opportunity for Solo Sikoa to suddenly turn on Roman Reigns and hit the Samoan spike on the Tribal Chief. John Cena is awesome, but that would have been more shocking in the moment. Damn, even Roman Reigns is annoyed at Solo Sikoa taking charge of the match and giving out orders. He's already trying to be the new Tribal Chief before the current one ever loses. It's almost like it was planned all along. We're never going to have a WrestleMania moment like this ever again in our lifetime. Guaranteed. So enjoy this while we still can. That reaction to John Cena's return was deafening. Holy shit. Solo Sikoa threw himself out of the ring before John Cena could ever connect the clothesline. He's not really good with timing, is he? It's not a big moment without the death of the Spanish announce table. Oh, what a wonderful world we live in. Holy shit indeed! Did we ever think that we'd be seeing yet another face-off with John Cena and The Rock 12 years after their iconic yet false advertised once-in-a-lifetime encounter? Because I sure as hell did not. This is the most overbooked match in WWE history, and it was all done for the right reasons. Another 5 cents taken off the counter. The number is dropping fast, folks. WWE should honestly ban giant cutouts of faces in the crowd because they ruin the moments like this by video bombing. Fucking losers.
Oh my god!
Once again, you gotta respect the dedication from Seth Rollins. At this point, he went through 2 brutal matches within 24 hours and can barely walk. Yet that did not stop him from getting to the ring in Shield gear for one last chance to diss Roman Reigns. It may have failed for him, but it was still a beautiful moment of sacrifice. That one moment when everyone was waiting for glass to shatter, but instead got a noise they never expected, creating a much bigger reaction of shock and excitement. Nobody expected The Undertaker to show up for this moment, not even me. Guess you can't have WrestleMania 40 without the greatest professional wrestler to ever live. And yes, I just said that. What are you going to do about it?
Holy Christ!
Michael Cole had the best reaction to The Undertaker's sudden arrival. How the fuck else can you react to it? The sight of The Rock and The Undertaker in the ring in 2024 during the main event of WrestleMania 40 is something we'll never forget. Although, let's be honest, The Rock has fought with The Undertaker many times over the years. How does he not realize after all this time that the dead man appears in the ring and most likely behind him? Was he expecting The Undertaker to walk down the aisle taking a sweet ass time? Even The Undertaker would say, screw that, we're in a war here. What led to the long-awaited downfall of Roman Reigns was his decision to either hit Cody Rhodes or Seth Rollins with a chair, and he picked the wrong decision. A memory of betrayal from 10 years ago is what cost the tribal chief everything he's ever worked for. Some things just never get forgiven, no matter how much time has passed. Roman got his revenge on Seth for betraying him and Dean Ambrose 10 years ago, but Seth still gets the last laugh in the end with that sacrifice. This is so fucking emotional. You gotta love the irony of this moment. This is the literal third times the charm sequence because Cody tried to hit the triple crossroads maneuver 3 times in this match. The first occasion, he hits 1 before Jimmy Uso steps in. The second time, he hits 2 before Solo Sikoa steps in. And now the third time, he successfully hits all 3 and wins the match. That was absolutely perfect for them to do. Also, I'm taking another sin off because I like that Cody Rhodes struggled and shook uncontrollably as if he didn't have enough strength left to hit that last crossroads on Roman Reigns, but remembered all that he's fighting for, which was enough for him to pull through and finish the match.
I'm giving this 1,000 fucking sins. At least wait for Roman Reigns to enter before you ring the freaking bell. Roman is the best heel in wrestling right now. Yeah, I said it. With all due respect, the heel wrestler using interference to win tactic only works if said heel wrestler can't actually get the job done. It's Roman Reigns! That's it, here's an additional 50 cents. Jey Uso has gotten himself involved with Roman's matches 1 time too many.
I thought Roman Reigns unified the titles, not win both as a double champion with 2 separate titles. Just when it seemed like Roman could actually get the job done without the need of interference, here comes yet another one. And victory due to outside interference is always a sin.
Seriously, this is WrestleMania. At least have Roman retain in some other bullshit way instead of the same bullshit way. This deserves 100,000 sins for a really bad copy-paste ending.